Jewellery Maker Tiger's Eye, which you can get, exudes so much chatoyancy and more chatoyancy than I've ever seen from any other Tiger's Eye. The carat weights are brilliant. You can get it in dyed qualities, but it's the natural essence of the gemstone which I think people find so attractive about it, and that's probably one of the reasons why it's one of our biggest sellers.
Good afternoon, welcome to Jewellery Maker. If you have just tuned in, I'm Hannah Stuart, taking you through until 5 o'clock this afternoon, joined by the gorgeous Nathalie. I've not seen you for ages.
I know, it's been a really long time.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? How are you?
I'm good. I have been here, but we've just we missed each other.
Like ships. I know that's the only thing with our guest designs. We've got so many now, we don't see each other very often. It's always lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Gorgeous kits coming up for you today, by the way. My first kit, I'm going to dive straight into it. Clearance kit for you today. If you are brand new to us here at Jewellery Maker, perhaps you're looking for somewhere to start, do you know what? This would be a great place to start. Just put your sunnies on if you've got them to hand. Wow. Check this for a fundle of hematite. Have a look at all of this. My goodness me. Wow. That is seriously weighty. 2,345 carats of hematite. That could be quite possibly one of the biggest gemstone bundles that we've ever brought to you. Look at the size of it. So I wouldn't actually know where to begin if I got this home. That is a phenomenal carat weight. Now, hematite is one of those gemstones that you most certainly know that you're wearing. There is an incredible weight to this gemstone. But of course, as you can see there, it's also got an incredible luster. Party gemstone, this is often referred to. You can see why, can't you? Doesn't matter whatever colour we've coated your hematite in, you've just got the most fantastic disco-y luster I think you'll ever find in gemstones. And the great thing about hematite as well is that you can actually, whatever, you know, even if you were just coming in and perhaps purchasing this strand today, you could come in, get this strand, just put one of those into a design, it's still going to give you impacts. Still will give you impact. Now, we've got a bit of an interesting fact for you now. If you were to actually buy 2,345 actual carats from a well-known supermarket, it would cost you £140.70. I mean, what would you do with that many carats? That is a whole lot of carats, isn't it? I tell you, if you've got a few thousand pet rabbits, or you know, wow, £140 for 2,345 actual carats from your supermarket. We are bringing you a clearance deal. Now, I'm just going to take you through each strand that I have here. Oh my gosh, how many do I have? Is there 9 in this kit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 individual strands you have here. Every single one's just beautiful. And you've got 135 carats of your blue coloured coated hematite hearts at 8mm in size. 15 carats of your plain tubes there, 3x1mm in size. 200 carats of your rainbow coloured hematite drops there at 12x6mm in size. 240 carats in your plain tubes there, blue coloured tubes. You've got 7x5mm, that's 240 carats just in that strand alone. 50 carats of your rice beads there as well. They are 4x3mm in size. 630 carats of your 11mm rounds. Wow, look, that's a necklace all by itself, isn't it? 70 carats of your faceted rice beads at 5x3mm in size. 75 carats of your rainbow coloured hematite rice beads, 5x3mm in size, which are here. And lastly, you've got 930 carats of your 13mm rounds. That gives you a grand total of 2,345 carats. We've already halved the price of the actual carats, haven't we? More. £65.55. Now, if you came in and shopped with us on the web today and bought all of these components individually, that's the price tag that you'd be paying. That's for 9 strands that you've got there. I mean, already, if we work that out per carat, that's crazy, isn't it? Ridiculously low. However, if you haven't opened up your order yet, do it now. Do it as soon as you possibly can. Phil's just had a huge red flashing light on his screen in the gallery. That means he's done something wrong. £14.95. Doesn't that work out to, it's kind of like half a pence a carat? That is ridiculous. Do you know, I've not seen a gemstone kit go that low for, in fact, look at that, you've got 9 individual strands here and a 4-figure carat weight. But when you look, you know, you've got the gemstone as it is anyway, incredibly lustrous, but then when you look at what you have here and the different shapes and the different sizes of gemstones and the different ways that you can use these in your designs. You can put them into gents jewellery, you can put them into your ladies jewellery, you can put them into your children's jewellery. Summer holidays coming up, not too far away. Wish bracelets you can be making with these. You can make earrings, you can make bracelets, you can make necklaces. There isn't anything you couldn't do with this bundle, is there, Natalie?
No, it goes on and on. It really does. I mean, I've got so much left.
I was just about to say, did you manage to get through all of your...
No, I didn't even touch the largest of the Haematite rounds.
Wow.
I did try, but I just kind of ran out of time. I can't possibly get through all of those.
That's a saving of £50 and 60p. Do you know what? I think that's the biggest saving I've seen. I mean, what percentage is that off of the original price tag? That's like, I'd rather not go there, if that's
Doesn't
okay.
want to talk about it.
Natalie, I love your jewellery. I love the bracelet nearest to me there. I keep talking about one of your designs actually. I remember when you and I last worked together and you had a bead scoop and you said that you just picked them up, you don't even look, and you made that kind of asymmetric necklace. Always talk about that design. Yeah. That's quite similar, isn't it? You've got that organic look there. Just all of those gemstones nestled together. I love that. Do you know, 77, did you do that on purpose? 77% saving. Oh. Wow, that is the biggest saving I have ever seen on a kit. Of course they are flying out. Of course, we've got people buying 2s, 3s, people got like 4s of these. That's incredible value. Natalie, I don't even need to ask you, you know, what kind of prices you'd be popping on these pieces, because I know already you've got your money back on one piece.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, the bangle that you like, the organic looking one, I mean, now I'd easily sell that for £30, I think. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean,
that's phenomenal.
I know, so it's just...
It's literally a no-brainer, this deal for you. 77% saving. That is the biggest saving I've ever seen. That's phenomenal. For 9 strands of hematite, having all of this colour, you know, those rainbow coloured hematites, they're going to go with absolutely anything and everything in your stash. Do you know what? All of them will. All of them. Anne and Kate says, hi ladies, I got these for the tubes. Want to make from Mark's DVD for men. Perfect. And all the rest for free. You see, it's such a good deal. It's too good to miss out on today, isn't it? You know, I know sometimes a lot of you do tune in thinking, right, I'm not going to buy today because actually I spent a lot over the weekend. This is one of those where you'll be like, actually, do you know, this is just too good to miss. Start dialing that number now, 0800 644 655. You can still come in and you can still do this. 3/4 of the stock has already gone, but there's still quantity available. JXGC38. Another message from and again, Sue in London. You'd see well in the dark. I tell you, they are so. Do do you know, making statement pieces of jewellery, if you are, you know, somebody that sells your jewellery now, just having hematite on your craft stall, that's instantly going to draw a crowd, isn't it? Because that's so lustrous. I cannot believe what you've got today. That is magnificent. The tubes, they'd be great in a gent's bracelet, wouldn't they? Look at that.
Yeah,
just
really
simply
nice.
like that. Looks really, really nice. And that, just in that strand alone. I mean, even, to be fair, Nathalie, if you wanted to perhaps not do anything with these, and kind of perhaps sell, you know, a couple of strands on, just to get your mini back.
Yeah, and they would look lovely as well, even with just a jump ring in between each one, you know, just to break it up a little bit. But yeah, for gents, you could make some amazing sort of bracelets, you know.
There isn't. I mean, when you look at all the different sizes of gemstones, you know, when you think of all the different mediums, kumihimo, macrame, wire workers, using your polymer clay and your resins, there isn't anything that you couldn't do with these. Look at those for stretches. Stacking and racking, very much on trend at the moment. How pretty would that look? Just a few of those, simply restranded onto some of your clear elastic. Jewellery making doesn't have to be complicated. You know, if you're brand new and you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I could perhaps make these pieces. You don't have to make these pieces. You could simply get these home, take your hearts, for example, make a really simple pair of earrings. Just pop them onto some head pins, shepherd's hook findings, and that's it. You know, it could be keyring charms, anything like that. Doesn't have to be complicated at all. Fact of the matter is, we've just bought you 2,345 carats of genuine gemstones at £14.95. And the Gansery's got 2, Lorna in Shetland Islands has got 3, Mary in Lanarkshire's got 2, Christine in London's got 2, Collector in Nottinghamshire's got 2. Well done to Collector in Bedfordshire, you've got 3. Congratulations to Collector in Leicestershire, you've got 4. Well done, Eleanor in Barcelona, you've got 2. Ruth in Greater Manchester's got 2 as well. Congratulations to you. There are so many of you with these in baskets. I only have 18 opportunities left. Can you imagine if you took this? I call it the big red place. It's not even red, it's just the van that's red. If you took this and popped that on the scales to post that, that's gonna cost you a lot of money. That's really, really weighty. Jewellery Maker, still £2.95. That, what a way to start the show, Phil. Wow, I tell you, this is why you can never switch off. Never switch off. Don't go anywhere if you can help it. If you have to, just pop us on the app as well. Take us with you. You never ever know what's going to happen. At this moment in time, there's approximately 35 in baskets. About 35 in baskets. Need to check them out as soon as you. I can't even, you know, I can't even manage them. There's that much here. They're gorgeous, aren't they? You are so funny, Phil. Phil just said, could you pop them all around your neck at the same time, please? Tell you. I think it'd probably give me a bad back, to be fair. That looks pretty though, doesn't it? Really, really pretty. Metallics all over the catwalk this season as well. You cannot go wrong with this bundle. For lustre, for the metallics, for the colours, for the shapes, for the sizes, for the fact that you've got 9 strands. What does that work out to per strand? Like 170, 180, something like that? Oh, less than £2 per strand for you there. Absolutely phenomenal, phenomenal deal. Massive, massive well done if you've managed to get that. Right, I'm going to go over and have a closer look at some of these designs. They are gorgeous. Do you know, hematite's one of those gemstones, isn't it? I think that when you look at it, you can't help but smile. Yeah. It's so uplifting, isn't it? It really is fabulous. It's such a fun gemstone as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Really, really gorgeous.
Enjoyed working with these.
Oh, do you know what? I like this even more now. I didn't see the back of it over there, but now I can. This is stunning. Love this design. Very, very design looking. Have a look at this piece. This is gorgeous. I mean, when you look at this piece as well, what kind of price did you say you put on this?
It's about £30.
And there's literally a fraction of the gemstones there as well, isn't there?
To be honest,
that is such a gorgeous, gorgeous design that you've got there. Love, love this. And what I like about these designs as well is it's so organic that actually, if you are brand new, there's kind of no wrong way of doing it, is there?
It's a good way to start working if you do want to use some wire with the gemstones.
Oh, this is pretty. Have a look at this. Oh, look at this. I love that. Really, really pretty. Quite like the idea of wearing this one for a wedding, maybe. That's really pretty. I love that flower design. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous design. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, 2 necklaces. And do you know what? Every single piece there, it's fair to say they are gem heavy, as in carat weight there, aren't they? Really, really heavy. But you've got loads left over as well, you said.
Yeah, I've got a big bag of loads.
Of course, you haven't even touched the rounds, the huge rounds there.
No.
Wow. Do you know what? It goes so far. It really, really does. So, as I say, if you are brand new looking for somewhere to start, this is a great place to start. But if you are a regular here at Jewellery Maker and you just want to top up your stash today, what a fabulous bundle to be doing it with as well. I've got 9 chances left. We're down to single figures now on the kit. If you have that in your basket, just check it out as soon as you possibly can. Stephanie. In Devon, they are beautiful, and I did make the railroad bracelet from Mark's DVD. Oh yeah, I think there's going to be quite a few of you doing that actually with that one. That's gorgeous. Okay, then Natalie, what are you going to show us?
I'm actually going to demo this one. I'm going to show you how to do the flower.
Yeah. Okay.
And then just talk you through the the ladder weave.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Which I know a lot of people know, but you know, just want to go through the flower first. So you need like a little base for you need some wire, so I've used some 0.4 wire, and you need a jump ring. Yeah. I think this is probably about 6 or 7 mil, I'd say.
I'd say that's a 7 millimetre, I think.
You could go bigger. The bigger you go, the larger the flower will be. Okay. So it's entirely up to you, but you don't want to go too small because obviously it will be too hard to work with. So you need to anchor some wire on. Okay. So I'm just going to. You could probably use 0.25 as well, but this is nice secure. So I'm just going to anchor it on. So I'm just wrapping this around the jump ring a couple of times just to get that in place. Okay. And just leave a little tail for now. Okay. So you need your hearts. Really, I think I used about 6 or 7 on that, but it just depends on the size of the jump ring. So you can just sort of work it out as you're going along. So you'll thread your first jump ring on. You take it right down to the base of the top of the jump ring there. Okay, and then I'm going to wire around the back. Okay, so I'm going to push it nice and flush to the back of the bead so that it's not gaping. Okay, and then what you need to do is take the tail end of the wire and go up through the jump ring, okay? And pull that. And it will try and kink. And then the first one's always the fiddliest, because it's got nothing to lean against. So I've got that in place now, and I'm going to wrap it through again. Okay. So I'll probably go for a shorter piece of wire actually as well. Might be a bit easier because you can always add on. Okay. So the first one never sits very nice at all, like I say, because it's got nothing to lean up against. Okay. So just the first one on. So I'll just thread the second one on, and I'll show you. Go right down to the bottom again. Okay. I'm going to get that in place. Go round the back, so they're sitting nice and next to each other. And again, you're just going to go up through the jump ring and pull. And again, just gently go back up through again. So I always do 2 wraps in between each heart. Okay. Okay. So we get the next one on. And you'll see it start to build up, and then it starts to become a bit more structured. Because it is a bit flimsy at the beginning, but what you'll do, once you've got all the flowers on, you do sort of start wrapping in between each bead to make it a bit more secure. I think these would be lovely. You can make nice little pretty brooches and things as well, or clips, but this would be lovely in a little hair clip as well. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? So I know we've been doing the hairbands. It'd be lovely just all going around a hairband, I think, for a little girl as well. Or a big girl. I'd wear it.
Yeah, me too, actually. Especially with festival season.
Oh, gosh, definitely. So you can see now, I've got the 3 on. So it's starting to they're starting to lean up against each other. Okay? So I'm just going to work my way round. Okay. To get them all on.
Oh, do you know what these remind me of? Sorry, Phil's just passed me Another couple of strands of hematite. Another sweetie necklaces.
Yes, yeah.
I want to eat them. Although, don't try that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, again, just the stretches.
Yeah,
And look,
yeah.
stack of bracelets.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I love those. I'll bring those on for you naturally because the kit has sold out. 2 more strands of hematite, in case that wasn't enough. Amazing. You have 2 strands of your rainbow hematite here. You've got the beautiful pinks, the purples, the yellows, the blues, the greens coming through there as well. They are so pretty. I think that is literally all I would do with these. Simple stretchy bracelets. And you know, with 1 strand, you could easily make 2 bracelets from that. And simple stretchy bracelets, again, if you're not sure what they are, exactly what they say on the tin. Simple, stretchy bracelets. If you are brand new to us here at Jewellery Maker, with your very first order, you will get a booklet and a DVD actually, and in there it will show you how to make stretchy bracelets. Really easy. All you need to do is make it. Woo! Do you know what that looked like? Actual hematite. Then do you see all those colours? Woo! I made a noise like a broken telly. What does a broken telly sound like? Like that. Ooh. As I was saying, stretchy bracelets. Take a length of your jewellery elastic, give it a little pull just to stretch it out. Thread your gemstones on there. Overhand knot, a little bit of glue or clear nail varnish. That's it. It's that easy. So get yourself involved today. 0800 644 655. You have another 310 carats of your hematite here. And guess what? Clearance price tag for you today. 0800 644 655. Just using these as spacers in between any of your rondelles that you got. $4.95 for 2. What are we doing? Clearing the vault, that's what we're doing, and making new friends. And you can join us at all the W's, JewelleryMaker.com as well if you want to watch us online. Do you know what as well? On the web, if you're watching on the web, you can see the prices a little bit quicker, can't you? But we do find a lot of webbers do sit with things in their baskets for quite some time. So if you're coming through on the telephone lines, always great to have us on speed dial. Those extra few seconds can make all of the difference in some auctions, especially when we're bringing you clearance price tags like £4.95. EHGC 29 is your code for this. Loads of you multi-buying there as well. A massive, massive well done. Nothing to stop you multi-buying as well. You know, if you're coming through thinking, actually, I'd quite like 5 of those. If we've got quantity there, you are more than welcome to take as many as you like. No extra cost on your postage and packaging either. Just 1 P&P of £2.95 from midnight last night right through until midnight tonight. Doesn't matter how heavy that parcel is. Doesn't matter how many pieces you've got in there. 1 postage and packaging. EHGC 29 is your code for this one. Well done to Amanda in the West Midlands, Terry Ray in Greater London, Wendy in Suffolk and Gatton, so he's got 2. Christine in Shropshire, Jackie in Shropshire, Christine in the West Midlands, Maureen in Nottinghamshire, Barbara in Gloucestershire, Gloria in the West Midlands, Christopher in the West Midlands, Collector in Middlesex, you've got 2, Catherine in Greater Manchester, Judy in the West Midlands. There's a Jewellery Maker party going on in the West Midlands today. This is good, isn't it? Barbara in London, Myra in Credigan, well done to you. Collector in Oregon, Eleanor's back in Barcelona, Patricia Joanne in Dorset, Collector in Worcestershire, Marilyn, you're there as well, Nola in the West Midlands, you've just checked out. Over half of the stock has gone, but you've still got time to dial. Still got time if you'd like to dial, just dial the number at the bottom of your screen, free as well. Not going to cost you a single penny. I love those strands, so pretty. Right, Nathalie, I shall let you carry on.
Okay, so I've wrapped the hearts the whole way round, so there's no gaps, and now I've still got quite a long tail of white. If you haven't, it doesn't matter, you can always add on the same, in the same way as we started out. So you can see in the middle of the bracelet, if I just pop it over here, I've sort of made, I don't know, what do you call the centre of the pollen-y part? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what the technical is. It's not the stamen, is it? Is it?
Oh,
no? I don't know.
The middle of the flower. No, neither am I. So, okay, so we're just going to start wrapping in between. Just literally going in between each, and this is going to support the hearts as well, because obviously at the moment they're all a bit floppy. And whilst we're doing that, it's actually going to be supporting the hearts and creating the middle part, the centrepiece. You can see it building up already. Okay, so
So it's actually quite good to have that long tail, but as you say, if you haven't, you can just add in.
So if you're struggling, if you are new to working with wire, don't use big long lengths, but you can add on. This is a really sort of nice introduction to using wire with these lovely stones as well. And they are fun, and I think they'd be fantastic for kids as well in the holidays,
definitely.
which is only around the corner.
4 weeks.
Can't believe it.
4 weeks.
Yes. You don't
In
sound
fact,
that excited about it.
No, I am. I really am. I don't mind. I've only got one, so I can cope. I'm fine. I just feel sorry for all of my friends that have got like 3 and 4.
Oh dear.
Debbie in New Jersey, I love that flower. Quite clever. It is, isn't it, Debbie in New Jersey? Really, really pretty. Quite easy to do as well, isn't it? Really?
And that's, I think, definitely for hair clips, that would be lovely. You'd literally just then have to wire wrap that on. So.
And you could just pop literally a bobby pin in the back of the wire. Is that just something as easy as that?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly. And look, we've only used, what's that, 7 hearts.
Yeah.
So you've still got tons left on the strand. Okay, so that's the heart part, the flower part made out of hearts.
Yeah.
So for the remainder of the bracelet, I'll just open it up. I've used the rice beads, the faceted rice beads, and I just wanted to see what the bigger tubes would look like. So I kind of just thought, I'll put them in, and then they were a bit bulkier to support the flower. Not that it's heavy, but it's nice to have a bit of support behind it. Okay, so you could use the tubes the whole way around if you wanted to. The bigger tubes, you wanted something quite chunky. It would still work. It would obviously be quite bulky. Okay. So, to do that, I did actually use monofilament, but because obviously I'm demoing, I'm going to do this, and you can do it on the beading thread anyway. Okay. So
I love to know. Just got to say that the ladder you can do with lots of different gemstones. I love that with hematite.
Yeah, I think it's so sparkly as well.
Really, it's elegant, isn't it?
It is, and then because in the kit you've got the purpley, sort of purple rainbow coloured ones. They would look equally as lovely, and they're slightly larger, so you get a slightly different look.
Yeah, so, that's stunning. And Phil's just popped some graphics on your screen for you because everything's selling out very, very quickly. We've got 50 pairs of earring findings. 50 pairs, last in stock, clearance price tag. They're silver plated copper, 20 by 10 millimetres in size. That's the perfect. Oh, did you actually just say Merry Christmas in my ear, Ryan? Wow. Well, we are kind of halfway through the year, so big countdown now, I guess. £3.95. What does that work out to per pair, Phil? 50 pairs we've got there. That is bonkers low, isn't it? And the great thing about these as well, this style and this size, any size gemstone, any shape gemstone, they're going to work with everything, aren't they? Yeah,
I mean, I think they're a must-have, really, especially with, we have got to start planning ahead, maybe sort of September time, we have got to, as a crafter, you do. Yeah. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. Definitely. That works out to how much, sorry? 8p per pair for you there. And actually, earrings again, this is a great piece of jewellery to be making. A lot of guest designers say that that's something that's going to give you a quick turnaround. You could get your money back on 1 pair of earrings. Just use 2 Haematite. That's a new gemstone, isn't it? 2 Haematite gemstones on there, money back. That's it, and it's not going to take you long to make. I thought, my goodness me, I wish I could have come in and got all of these. Wow. Just phenomenal. 50 pairs, £3.95. Get checking out loads of your multi-buying. Well done. Brilliant. Right, I should let you carry on.
So I'm just going to talk you through the ladder weave. Okay, so I've got about 60, maybe a little bit longer, an arm's length, let's say, of the beading thread, and I've threaded on 4 of the faceted rice beads, and I've centralised them so they're sitting nicely in the middle. Okay. So what you do with the 4th bead, what you're going to do is you're going to cross over so that your beading threads cross each other. So you're threading in both directions through that last bead, so the 4th bead that you added, okay? And then you're going to pull, okay? So, as I said, I did use the monofilament, but this would probably give it a bit more structure, actually. This is a bit more rigid. So you've got your 4 beads on. So now all you need to do is you're only going to be working with your 3 now. So I always say thread 1 on each strand and let those drop so they're out of the way. So I've let those just drop. Okay. And then the third one is the one, again, that you're going to cross over.
Right.
So you're threading through that bead, and before you let it drop, where the thread's exiting out of, you're going to take the opposite thread and go through that bead so that they're crisscrossing each other. And again, this is a really nice one for beginners because it's sort of the next step up from just threading on. So it is nice and it's really effective. Okay, so you can see that starting, you're getting that nice sort of ladder weave there, and it's so pretty.
It is, particularly in these gemstones. Well, I love that. I was looking at that earlier on as well and thinking, you know, the kind of the watch faces that we have as well. That would be so great as a watch strap, wouldn't it?
How glamorous going out, you know.
Definitely.
It's funny, I've got a ball on Saturday and a friend of mine's, and she's wearing navy and she said, oh, it's really plain dress. And I was thinking, oh my goodness.
I could so jazz that up with 2,000 carat jewellery.
Because she was going, oh, it's really plain. And I was going, but you just, you know, something like that would just completely transform an outfit, wouldn't it? Yeah. So I'm just going to build that up. So I'm not going to go the whole length, but I do just want to show you, as in the tubes, the thicker ones, what they would look like. So I think on mine, I'll probably use a bit long. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the little squares, okay? Okay, so I'm now going to add on 2 of the tubes, so 1 onto each strand, okay? And then I'm going to take another one of the rice beads and crisscross, okay? So crisscross, I mean going through that third bead in either direction. So you can see there. So if you did want to do this the whole way throughout, again, it makes it a bit of a chunkier piece. Yeah. Okay. So if you wanted to go quite sort of maybe quite contemporary looking rather than the glamorous sort of faceted look, you could do the whole bracelet with the tubes and just have the maybe just the smaller faceted ones in between. So you've got these on the outside. I just think it just makes it look a bit more. A bit more sort of contemporary, I suppose.
Definitely. Yeah. Love those shapes that you've got there.
That's the thing, they all work so lovely together as well. Okay, so I'm just going to crisscross this over. Yeah. So do you want me to carry on with this?
Yes, lovely. Phil, you've passed me 2 things. What would you like me to do first? Wow, the watch strap. Talking of the watch faces that we have, Phil's managed to find us a watch strap for you. Do you know what? I actually really like these just as they are as well. They're really, really nice.
Yeah, the colour's beautiful.
Really beautiful, aren't they?
I'd wear that just as is,
actually. Me too. I think that's gorgeous. Pop the flower on there. In fact, just thinking as well, the flower there, we've got the deal of the day today is the rose gold coloured copper wire as well. If you use that in the centre there to complement the watch strap as well, how beautiful would that be? It's corsage, isn't it? That's called. Yeah. Yeah. That would. I mean, you could really for wedding designs as well. You could really go to town with something like that, couldn't you? You know, using Haematite, any of your gemstones. £3.95 to you. It's 21 centimetres, which is approximately just shy of 8.5 inches there for you as well. I'd get a couple of these home actually, just to have these on your craft stool, perhaps as corsages if you've got any of the watch faces from us here at Jewellery Maker, perhaps, you know, to make those kind of designs with them as well. But I just really like it as it is. I think it's really, really pretty. Actually. Me too. Yeah, gorgeous, really cool. Isn't it? Looks very, very, very high end. And rose gold is the colour at the moment, isn't it? It's very on trend, not just in your ladies' pieces, but your gents' pieces as well. Customer says there are only 180 days left until the big C. Oh my gosh. No. I'm just not ready yet.
I keep thinking, let's have our summer first, but really,
we're not going to have it. We've had it, Nathalie. Did you not see it the other day? Yeah, that was it. That was it. Oh. I actually love Christmas, so you know, I don't mind counting down from Boxing Day. I'll count down to the next one. £3.95 ODPO13. Gift ideas, all those occasions between now and the end of the year that you've got to wear this. You know, just night out with the girls. I love. We were saying the other day, isn't it great? If you've got an outfit, say you've got an outfit and you think, oh no, I've got nothing to wear with it. As a jewellery maker, you can literally within 5 minutes have made yourself something. You
Absolutely.
can find something in your stash and make yourself something to go with the outfit. That's what I love about things like this as well. This is something you can make interchangeable, you know? You could wear it just like this, but then you could attach something like the flower if you wanted to, for a nighttime look with your little black dress if you wanted to. You could pop, you know, even just, you know, literally like the, you know, the flowers that you get in kind of bubbles and stuff like that you can pick up in craft shops, stuff like that. You could use the wire mesh to make your own floral design in there as well. That would look really pretty, wouldn't it, with the wire mesh? Love the wire mesh. Another message from customer. Only 545 days till Xmas 2017.
Oh.
Wow, and there's another year gone.
I know.
2 Christmases ahead. Do you know, I wouldn't be surprised actually if a lot of you that do sell your jewellery and do craft fairs do plan that far in advance. Quite literally. Yeah, I tell you, mate, a lot of people do their Christmas shopping in January, in the sales, sorted for the next year. Got to be honest, I do tend to get Christmas cards and wrapping paper in January.
Oh, I do. If I see them, I'm in the shop,
Yeah,
I do,
because cards are really expensive, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they end up in the bin, you know? So I just think, well, sales. ODPO13, loads of you multi-buy. In fact, pretty much every person that's checked out so far has got more than one. That's brilliant, isn't it? Any gemstones in your stash. And in fact, any materials, you know, you could make something using your t-shirt yarn, any of your threading materials you could pop on there, your polymer clay, one of your bezels with resin you could put on there, anything you like. £3.95. Magnificent. Well done if you've got yours.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so I've made a miniature version of the
Okay.
bracelet.
Yeah.
rather than using- So I've continued the ladder weave, and obviously I've used the tubes, and then I've gone back down in size to the faceted rice beads. So you can see, you get the idea, it's the same repeat pattern until you get the desired length. Just make it about an inch shorter because you've got to allow for your finish, you know, finishing
of
off,
course,
okay? So if I just show you how to just pop the flower on, and then if we've got time, I'll talk you through just finishing off. So what I've done is I've just got about 20 or 25 centimetres of the 0.25 wire.
Yeah.
And I've just anchored it on at the back, not at the front, at the back of the flower. So I've just sort of hooked it through the wire.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we want to do is position it. So I've put the 4 beads on, so I'm going to try and pop it right in between this section here, okay, which is going to be the centre section. So the first one, I'm just literally just going to wrap around just once or twice so that it's anchored on in between those tubes, okay, just to get it on. And then I'm going to do the same with this one as well, okay. All right, so once that's on, so that's wrapped on there. And what I'm going to do now, just to make sure, rather than it just being wrapped around, I'm going to try and go up through the flower as well, just so that it's extra secure. So I'm going from the back, and just try and poke it through where you can, she says, and it's popping out there, but there we go. And I'm just going to pull that through, okay? So it just gives it that extra bit more of support. So again, I'm just going to wrap that around a few times, going through in between each heart. Yeah. Okay. And it's just, again, you're building up the centre of the flower as well with the wire. So you're not going to see any sort of mess. Yeah. And then around the back, I'm just going to twist it a few times. Okay. And then what I do is I do slightly twist them together, and then I'm just going to leave a short tail, which I'm going to coil in. So you need to get your round nose pliers. You can see the tail there. Hopefully, I'll put it up against my nails so you can see it, my illegal nails. And then I'm just going to coil this in, and then tuck it in between the, I can't remember what these are called now. Tubes? Tubes, that's it. Simple.
There are so many shapes in that bundle, to be fair. We'll let you on.
So that it's sort of not scratchy and it's sitting flush in between those, okay? And that's how you add your flower on. So that's that. And then to finish off, obviously we've still got the working strands here. Okay. So to finish off, I've just used, it's up to you, you can go for smaller beads, but if I just talk you through, I think I've actually used the smaller rice beads here. which we've got on these strands here, but I don't really want to break this strand up. I don't need to. So you can still use these, the same rice beads, the faceted one. So I'm just going to add 2 on. And then you just get a jump ring.
Yeah.
And again, you're sort of just going to crisscross now. So we're going to go down through that one. I'm sorry, let's pick this up. All fingers and thumbs now. So you're going to sort of, with the opposite thread, you're going to go through that strand, that bead, just to go round, give it a little tug. And you want the jump ring to be sitting in between. So it's going to go to a bit of a point. So it's a bit fiddly because, like I say, I was using the monofilament.
Yeah.
And then that one through there. And then what I did is I sort of just worked my way back around again. Okay. A few times, worked around to just build up the strength. And then, because you've still got a bit of length, I've just worked my way back down again just to give it a bit more structure. Okay. And then you can just knock that off. And then on this end, bearing in mind you're using monofilament when you're actually making. And this end, what you would do is the same thing, but obviously you've got no beading thread on this end. So what you need to do is get a new piece of beading thread and thread it through like so. So if I just snip that bit off there to give you the idea of what you do. And then it's the exact same thing. So again, you're back to where we just were. So you'd now add the clasp onto this end, okay? So you'd put your 2 rice beads on, then your clasp, and again, work your way back through and just build up your structure, you know, threading through the beads and knot it off.
Fantastic.
With the knots, I would suggest definitely using some clear nail varnish just to secure the knots as well, okay? And then that's your finished bracelet.
Amazing.
Or you could do a choker, you know, if you wanted to do a choker.
Yeah, that would look nice, choker design, wouldn't it? Really pretty. Now, the beading thread that I have here would be perfect for this design. Really, really perfect. This is something that is made to last. Now, with your bead along thread here, I'll just take that out for you so you can see. So on the outside, you've got that feel, that texture and that look of having threading material, but inside that is stainless steel. It is made to last. It is made for strength. For something like the ladder weave, that would be absolutely perfect. 0.38 millimetres in your gauge, and you've got 9.2 metres in total. Now that is going to last an incredibly long time, isn't it? And for any of you that have used the bead along range before, you know it's a range that you can trust as jewellery makers. You know that when you are coming in and buying this, that you're going to be able to make pieces that you can sell on confidently, knowing that they're not going to break, they're not going to fall apart. You know, that is something that is made to last. That can take so much strength on your beadle on there, on your beadle along thread. I see BN96 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655, only ever been at £14 and 95 pence. It combines that softness, that flexibility, but also the strength, which is very, very important there as well. I see BN96, lowest price ever, coming on your screens right now. 0800 644 655 at just £9 and 95 pence for you today. That is incredible, incredible value. Being able to sell your pieces confidently, I think, as somebody that sells your jewellery, is very important. I don't know about you, Nathalie, but if I was selling my jewellery to somebody, if anybody ever came back to me and said, that bracelet you made me broke, I'd just feel terrible, absolutely terrible. You know, with something like your satin brass stainless steel threading material that you've got here, it is made to last a lifetime, and you wouldn't necessarily think that, but you know, this is what's important with threading materials. You know, you need to think about that, especially if you're using something as weighty as Haematite. You know, that's going to take that weight for you. 0800 644 655. I see BN96. Well done if you've got that. Pearls for you. Ooh, look at these. These are so, so pretty. Gorgeous. There you go. That's what I'd do with these. Couple of bracelets, they're the perfect size for it as well. They really, really are. A lot of us instantly think bridal when it comes to pearls. I do too. We had a fantastic bridal weekend, the weekend just gone here at Jewellery Maker. featuring lots of your pearls. Always great to have lots of pearls in your stash, different sizes, different shapes, different colours as well, especially if it is bridal jewellery that you are making. These are perfect, the perfect size to make earrings, to make your bracelets, to make your necklaces, to do absolutely anything, even in your tiaras as well. Just doing your little tiara twists and having those in a hair comb. Perfect size, really versatile. 6 to 7 millimeters in size. They're your top drill drops that you've got here. Genuine freshwater cultured pearls, going very low for you this afternoon. 0800 644 655, bringing you clearance prices this hour. If you missed out on the kit, I'm really sorry. We did have a 3-figure quantity, but obviously that went very quickly. These are going to go very quickly too. It's £6.95. Again, when we're bringing you gemstones like this, just have a think. You know, if you're selling your jewellery, if you're using 925 solid sterling silver earring findings, what price would you pop on them at home using 925 sterling silver? I think it's safe to say that we'd all have our money back on one pair of earrings.
Absolutely.
And some, I think. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, I've lost count, 16, 18, 80. My gosh, did you know, there's like 90 pearls, yeah. Did I do that right? Did I do that right, Wes? Did I miss out 40 when I counted? Where's? I know.
There's a lot on that patch.
Yeah, like, do you know what? I do think I missed out 40 then. I do count in a very bizarre way when it comes to counting gemstones, I have to say. Do you know what? I'm going to go with a good 60, 70 pearls on that strand there. There's a lot there. £6 and 95 pence. That would be less than 10 pence each for what you have here. That is just phenomenal value. Look at the quality of them, the pearlescence and the lustre that you have there as well. They're not dull, are they? You've got that sheen, you've got that lustre that you should expect to see with a genuine freshwater cultured pearl. IXGP07. Can you imagine just simply restranding them? Restrand them, add your solid sterling silver clasp there. Oh my gosh. You'd be quids in, wouldn't you? £6.95 for the entire strand. If you've got these in your basket, do get checking out as soon as you can. Stephanie in Devon says, sorry, this message is to Natalie. You inspired me to make the bracelet. All your jewellery is gorgeous. Thank you for the demo.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's
Thank
lovely.
you.
That's what guest designers are here for, to inspire you. Oh, I love this. This is the knitted wire. It's been ages since I've seen this. Now, I'm just going to quickly hold this up for you because there's lots of different ways that you can use this. It is a metre long length. So you could go for that layered up look if you wanted to. Do you know, these look so high end. They really do. Isn't that stunning? A metre of your silver coloured gold beaded chain you've got here. Now, if I just show you, because actually what you have here is 2 components, not one. Have you got any kind of, yeah, great.
I know what you mean.
If you have a look, you've got this knitted mesh here, which is basically, it's the Viking knit, isn't it, really? You know, the time that's gone into making you that whole metre length there, but then inside of that, if you just open that out, inside, you will find, if I can do this, there we go. Try again. There we are. Can you see? You've got your ball chain in there as well. And that is a metre long length that you have inside of your knitted wire. So if you wanted to, you could take that whole metre of your gold ball chain out there, use that separately, and then use, whoops, sorry Brian, and then use your wire mesh separately as well. So you could take the ball chain out, and this is probably what I would do actually. Take the whole of the ball chain out, and then I would probably use some of my 1mm gauge wire and thread that back through the wire mesh to give me that structure there again. So actually getting 2 components there for the price of one, I think. You don't have to take that if you don't want to, but I definitely would. BHZX74 at £3.95 for you today. That is phenomenal. That's a metre long length that you've got there. I mean, you could take that, the ball chain out, and you could get 2 16-inch lengths for necklaces and a 7-inch length for bracelet if you wanted to. And then with the mesh, I mean, you could make the most, popping your 1mm gauge wire back through there to give you that structure, you know, to make some beautiful torque necklaces. You know, you could probably get a good 2 torque necklaces out of there easily. 1.5mm wire, in fact, you could probably get through there as well to give you that structure. That's phenomenal at £3.95. I love that though, Natalie. How high end does that look?
Lovely, really, really. Like you said, the metallics are just so, you know, on trends at the moment.
They really are, aren't they?
And you don't normally see gold ball chains, do you? It's normally silver most of the time.
True.
So I think that's quite a little bit of a bonus there, isn't it?
Definitely. It really £3.95. That's
brilliant.
An absolutely crazy, crazy price. Loads of you multi-buying there, getting 2s and 3s of these. A massive, massive well done. I'm getting this today for sure. I love that. Beautiful. Right, thank you ever so much, Natalie.
You're welcome.
We'll be back over just after 3 o'clock for more inspiration as well. Another kit which is gorgeous. In fact, in the other kit, I've got some white shells, huge white shells, and I also have some black spinel. I do. I'm just going to put this to one side. Right, let's bring you this quartz bundle. Look at these for girly. Oh my gosh. This reminds me of my bedroom when I was like 12. These pinks, these lilacs that you've got here, really, really pretty. They are gorgeous. Again, summer holidays coming up, literally 3 weeks, 4 weeks away here in the Midlands. And then it's about to get very busy everywhere. You know, when you just think, oh, don't go to that local shopping mall because there's going to be queues and children everywhere. But you know, actually, in all seriousness, trying to find something that is affordable to do with the children in the summer holidays, as a parent, I think is very, very difficult because there's not many things. You know, if it's raining, what do you do? You know, it's one of those, isn't it? Jewellery making is actually really, really fun, and the kids love to get involved as well. You know, when we kind of do our little road trips to the NEC and things like that, and have workshops and stuff, we get so many people telling us, you know, how their children love to do, you know, simple stretchy bracelets and wish bracelets and things like that as well. David in Essex says, hi Hannah, love these 3 bundle necklaces, stretchies, yes. See, and how easy is that to do as well? Really simple, quick turnaround. Couple of quid on those, do you think? I don't know, £4 each, do you think? There's 6 bracelets in that for me, maybe even more. 0800 644 655. KQ GC 45 is your code for these. £11.85. Not your price tag today, going down. It is clearance hour here for you at Jewellery Maker, so get checking out. If you've been watching all morning, haven't yet opened up your order, that's for 3 strands. That's not even £2 per strand. Look at the carat weight that you've got there. In fact, where is the carat weight? It's gone off. It's not on my screen. Look at that carat weight that's not on your screen. 480 carats. You've got 160 carats in each strand, and they are 8mm rounds. So really, really versatile as well, aren't they? Mix and match those up with your other gemstones as well. You know, perhaps you've got some rose quartz, and perhaps you've got some angelite. Oh, can you imagine angelite with these? That gorgeous soft blue. Perhaps some of your agates as well would look fabulous with these. Gemma in Somerset, you've got 2. Jenny in Bristol's got 2. £1.98 each. Wow. That is phenomenal, phenomenal value that you've got there. Add these to your order. No extra cost on your postage and packaging today. It doesn't matter how many pieces you've ordered from midnight last night right through until midnight tonight. Just one P&P of £2.95. Phenomenal, phenomenal value. Gemma in Somerset, you have got 2. Anthea in Yorkshire's got 2. Jenny in Bristol's got 2 as well, and in Greater Manchester, Tracy Carmel, collector in Merseyside, Claire in South Yorkshire, Doreen Weldon, collector in Norfolk. About 20 in baskets right now. Check them out. You're going to have them home in just a couple of days' time, and that is it. Any coloured wire in your stash, any coloured findings, it's going to work with these, isn't it? Isn't that great? Great for beginners as well. What a great way, and what an affordable way to be getting involved in a new hobby, you know? It's not always affordable, is it, to have these hobbies? Have you got any hobbies other than jewellery making, Nathalie?
No, not really. I haven't got time.
I know the
That's
feeling.
your gym. I like that.
Yeah.
It's weird, but I do like to exercise.
Yeah. Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
But no, I don't really have time, to be
What about
honest.
you, Wes? Have you got any hobbies?
Yeah, loves playing guitar.
Plays guitar. I tell you, you should serenade us one day, Wes, I think. What about you, Phil? Snooker? Ryan? I always think hobbies is one of those things that tells you a lot about a person, doesn't it, without actually knowing much. Walking, Ryan. The outdoors.
Ooh.
Oh, our Ryan. Very grounded, our Ryan. £5.95 to you. Well done if you've managed to check these out. Loads of you still waiting to check out there. Well done. Now. Oh. These would have been perfect on the bridal weekend. Mother of the bride, right there. Or bridegroom. I got told off for that once by a customer because I said, I keep saying mother of the bride. Yeah, there's mother of the bridegroom as well, isn't there? These are really, really glamorous. Look at these. Lots of you preferring shells over pearls, which is absolutely fine. I get that. With your shells, you have a perfect round. 10 millimeters and 12 millimeters in size. They are beautifully lustrous. Look at the perfection that you get with a shell. Genuine gemstone. I'm thinking again, for those of you that do bridal craft fairs, you know, just simply restranding these, perhaps pearl knotting them, adding your clasp on there. The mums would love them, wouldn't they? They really would. But again, bridesmaids perhaps, just stretchy bracelets for the bridesmaids would look great. But because they are so sizable, you could just literally make some earrings from what you have here and get a lot of them as well. If I count out the bigger strand there, you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 33. That's on the bigger strand. So there are even more on the smaller strand for you there as well. 10 millimeters and 12 millimeters in size. AC, GC 53, clearance hour. This is the hour to be opening up your orders today here at Jewellery Maker. Ooh, £6.95. Again, I just want to go back to earrings because it might be the type of gemstone that's actually sizable enough just to use one of those each ear for an earring. What kind of prices, even in, you know, silver plated copper, what price would you pop on those at home? I'm thinking £8. I think £8 bottom line for silver plated for me because actually I think I'm being quite generous there. But you know, I've only paid £6.95 for both strands, £3.50 per strand there. Phil says, how long would it take you to make an earring? For me personally, if it's just a simple earring, simply popping one of these onto a head pin, then straight onto, you know, a shepherd's hook, nothing fancy really, probably 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, you know, it depends, you know, kind of how advanced you are at jewellery making, but and also how much of a perfectionist you are, I think. You know, I am the kind of person that will spend a lot. If that loop is not perfectly round, I will spend out. And then if I can't get it right again, I'll just put another head pin in and I'll go again. So obviously it all depends on that. We're all different. But I mean, it's little work, isn't it? Quick turnaround again, you know, as somebody that sells jewellery, that's what you're going to want. Anthony in Yorkshire, you've got 2. Jenny in Bristol, well done. Neil, Shashar in Falkirk, David in Essex, Ivy in Renfrewshire, Denise, loads of you coming in that have already been shopping with us already in the last hour. Fantastic. David Essex has told us he's happy. He's happy. He's always I play the sax. Wow. Oh. Let me know. See, this is a great way of getting to know you without actually having met you, which is great. See? The sax, I like the sax. It's the one instrument I've always wanted to play, you know, the sax. Always wanted to play the guitar as well, but my fingers hurt too much. Tried it, yeah. Any hobbies? 60777, start your message with the word JN Studio. Not jewellery making, outside of jewellery making. What are your hobbies? What are your interests? What do you like to do in your spare time? 60777. Right. after the break, I've got loads and loads of treats. By the way, I've got loads of 925 sterling silver coming up for you today. Oh, yes, I have. In the 4 o'clock hour today as well, I've got loads of tools. I've got the wax Y comb, I've got the Xuron flush cutters, I've got the bent nose pliers, I've got bail making pliers, I've got the portfolio bag coming up for you. Loads and loads of treats and 3 metres of 925 sterling silver. Don't go anywhere, I'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time.
Citrine is the yellow to golden variety of quartz in the crystalline structure of quartz. It is a beautiful, very warming colour gemstone, and again, just with all quartzes, it's perfect for use in jewellery. Citrine, due to its yellow tones, is often referred to as the happiness gemstone, and I think we can see why, given its colour.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you have found a workshop you'd like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button. Fill in the required fields and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator Wendy at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you.
I like the fact that it's a really versatile medium, that you can, you've got no restrictions with it. You can create lots of organic designs, but you can also create a really structural designs as well if you want to. You can mix it with all of your different techniques. You can mix it with polymer clay, with kumihimo, with macrame, and it's just so versatile. You can just do so much, and there's just no limit with it.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Then head over to our website and check out our Get Started page. Watch the welcome message from presenter Carol and find out all about Jewellery Maker. Watch one of our easy-to-follow tutorials where our guest designers will teach you the basics and give you the confidence to start making earrings, bracelets and necklaces. If you prefer to simply have a go, then check out our starter kits. They contain everything you need, including instructions, tools, gemstones and clasps, allowing you to create your very first jewellery pieces. You can either watch the video tutorial or follow the step-by-step instructions to give you plenty of inspiration. We also have an array of beginners workshops that you can attend here at our studios and join our experienced designers and get a taste for this fabulous hobby. We will guide you through the basics to get you started making your own beautiful jewellery. Everyone is welcome in the jewellery making family, so start your jewellery making journey today.
Start by for you. Check out the size of these. Now, do you know, we'd had messages in. They've just been sat there beautifully, quietly for the last hour. I had a couple of messages already saying, are those pearls? They are huge. Oh my gosh, they are beautiful. Oh, I only have 15 chances, 14, 13, 10 by 12 to 14 by 10 millimeters in size. Some of the biggest cultured pearls I have ever seen. YEDP 78. It's now, who sings that? It's now or never.
It's Elvis, isn't it? Is it? No.
It's
He might have done
no,
it.
I think it is. No, I think it is Elvis. Literally, it's now or never. 0800 644 655 genuine freshwater sculpture pearls, £19.95. The size of these, my goodness. These are the real deal as well. Roundness is something that is taken into consideration when it comes to value in pearls. However, for me personally, I love that irregular shape. I don't want them to be perfectly round. I know I am getting the real deal when they are not perfectly round. Look at the size of these. Only 10 chances available. 0800 644 655. Do you know, I've got some multicoloured opal that is coming up for you later on this afternoon. Just one of those in between each of those pearls would look phenomenal. You could literally pearl knot them, add your 925 sterling silver clasp, and you could sell those on, me personally, minimum of £80. Minimum of £80. By the way, for all of you that have checked out at £19.95, it's not what you're paying. Nobody pays any more than anybody else. You will all only ever pay that final low closing price tag. That is just £14.95. Now, I know phone bidders, you're probably thinking, oh, I've not got time. Not got time, not going to do it. If you don't try, you will never, ever know. Am I quoting who?
Really mysterious.
Coldplay. Is it? If you don't try, you'll never know. Could it be worth? Oh, that was a set and a half, that was. 0800 644 655 £14. It's true though. That's my motto in life. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. If you don't try, you will never know. YEDP 78, just 4 chances available. Collect it in Norfolk, Terry Rate in Greater London, collect it in Middlesex, collect it in Glamorgan, you're there as well. 0800 644 655 YEDP 78. Fastest fingers first for the last couple. We was asking before the break about your other interests and hobbies outside of Jewellery Maker. Jamie in Cumbria says, Hannah, my interesting hobby is fire breathing. I belong to a travelling circus and we go to lots of festivals through the year. Whoa! I tell you what, let's just, beat that one. Right, let's just not carry on now. That's ridiculous. Phil said to me on the break, he came out and he says, do you know, I remember all the people at university used to try and impress people by saying that their hobby was reading. That's mine. I just like reading. I like reading, you know. Not university stuff, but yeah, I like reading. But I'm really into the kind of, like the which I know Phil again he's not really into, but the kind of self-help books. So, you know, like positive thinking, mindfulness, all of that. Like, yeah. Just makes me feel good, to tell you. Read one of those books. Really amazing. Chili con carnelian. I think literally the whole crew are going to have chili tonight now because Phil's just put the thought in our head with the name of this bundle. And then Nathalie was like, oh yeah, jacket potato and sour cream. Then I said, with cheese. Oh, imagine. 15 carats of your chili con carnelian. You have here. They are so beautiful. Look at those fiery colours. They remind me so much of fire opal because you've got, you know, the same colours there. You've got those burning oranges, those beautiful burning reds throughout those gemstones. Carnelian is a gemstone as well as your tiger's eye that we saw a lot on the catwalk at London Fashion Week. You know, these colours are very much on trend right now for the summer, spring and summer, but also you can take these through to the autumn and winter. These are great for autumnal pieces, aren't they? Because you've got those autumnal colours there. 3mm as well inside. Great for macrame, great for your kumihimo, just using as spacers between other gemstones. They look fantastic as well. But again, simple stretches, they look fantastic as well. Very much on trend this season. You're stacking and racking, kind of less is more, delicate bracelets. Look at that, how pretty does that look? With your old maxi dress. £5.95. Incredible. Incredible value. That's for 2 strands, less than £3 per strand. AYGC 85, 15 carats per strand you've got there. How would you use these, Nathalie?
Oh, I love bead looming, so I think I would have to do a nice bead loomed bracelet. Yeah. Especially with, like you say, the festival sort of seasons on, so yeah.
They'd look gorgeous on the beadling, wouldn't they? Works
yeah.
so well, especially this kind of size as well. It's just perfect. 800 644 655. We've got another message in from Maureen in Nottinghamshire. Hi ladies, I'm a summer gardener. I also make birthday and Christmas cards. I buy a lot of your feathers for my cards. Maureen, oh Maureen, that's lovely. Oh, I see. I always used to love that kind of craft stuff at school, but as you said, I don't have much time.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to do a bit more, but it is a bit of a time issue at the moment.
Yeah.
No, I do like cooking as well, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, I do like to cook.
I hate cooking.
Oh, really? Oh, I love it.
Oh, I love eating. I hate cooking.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just can't. I don't find. Just don't.
Oh, no. I'm quite adventurous.
Good job I've got a husband that likes cooking. Jan, our guest designer Jan, says, I love reading and watching vampire and werewolf books. Reading and watching, and books and films. Oh, hey Jan. Didn't expect that from you. Werewolves and vampires. And making gravy, of course. Jan, making gravy. Right, can I go for the QB Dooby Doo? Yeah. I even texted Phil last night just to tell him how amazing his bundle names were. Yeah. They are. Look at these. Oh, I love them. These are so pretty. They really, really are. They would look fantastic with the second kit, actually. In the second kit, we've got some huge shell cabochons, and I've got some black spinel as well. These, Nathalie, with that kit would look spectacular, wouldn't they?
Lovely.
They are
really perfect. They work together.
With shell, you've got that beautiful silky lustre, just like you have with your genuine pearls as well. But these particular shapes, they're great for making kind of cross pendants, doing the ladder weave with and stuff like that as well. They lend themselves beautifully to those designs. 3 strands in total you've got here. I am thinking beach. Surprise, surprise. 40 centimetres in length each of those strands are, and I'm just going to count out one of the strands for you. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, approximately 31 gemstones per strand you've got there. They are stunning. In fact, the turquoise that I've got coming up for you later on will look fabulous with these. Really, really beautiful. Turquoise and shell looks stunning. It might be that you've got some of your, not amblygonite. What am I thinking? What's the other blue gemstone, Phil? I want to say amblygonite, but it's not amblygonite because we don't have amblygonite here at Jewellery Maker. Like Larimar, your turquoise. Oh, it won't come to me. PLGC 31. Do you know what? I see a lot of gemstones every now and then. No, it's not aquamarine. It'll come to me eventually. Probably about 2:30 in the morning when I'm wide awake. £11.85 for all 3 strands. Not your price tag. 0800 644 655, 13 by 4 millimetres in size at just £7.95 for you this afternoon. Well done if you've already checked them out. Nobody paying any more than anybody else. You can literally just restrand these, pop your little spacer beads in between as well. Or, you know the crimp tubes that we have, the kind of rose-plated silver? And I always say there's no way I could crimp them. Using those as spacers with something like this to elongate that design as well would look really, really pretty. You go for your stretchy bracelets, or just taking 2 of the gemstones and having those as earrings, and maybe popping, oh, can you imagine those with tanzanite drops on the end as well? You know, something with a lot of colour. To make those colours pop, just literally popping some tanzanite drops on the end, or your spinel drops if you wanted to go for that Art Deco look. Having a gemstone of this colour in your stash, it is essential, because there is nothing in your stash that they won't work with. From all of your beading, threading materials, your multicoloured elastics, your coloured gemstones, your coloured wires and your coloured findings, they will all work with this gemstone. PLGC31, Teresa in Devon, Collect in Norfolk, Christine in Northamptonshire, Neil in South Yorkshire, well done Jackie, Edwina, Karen in Anglesey, you've just got yours. Can you imagine, actually, I'm thinking bridal again now, the Swarovski that we had at the weekend. Can you imagine some of the, you know, I had some gorgeous champagne Swarovski in one of my kits, and I just think the champagne colours with the shell, wouldn't that look phenomenal? Yeah. Add a little bit of sparkle in there, stunning. Well done if you've managed to check these out. Susan in Cumbria, Karen, you've just got yours. Collect in Greater Manchester, you've got yours in your basket. Just make sure you're checking out as soon as you can. Cubby-dooby-doo. I spent a lot of time doing that last night, actually, trying to, what was the character called out of Scooby-Dooby-Doo that says, is it Scooby-Doo? Yeah, it is actually Scooby-Doo.
Scooby.
Scrappy. My hobby isn't jewellery making, but I do love collecting your gemstones. I've got loads. So many people do that, you know. So many. I've got loads of rough crystals at home. You know, like the rough rose quartz and smoky quartz and white quartz. I love looking at them in the rough state. They are beautiful. Loads of you collect gemstones, and the great thing here as well, you can get them really affordably. Right, have a look. Now this reminds Phil, our producer Phil, of a posh bathroom. It's like a showroom bathroom. If you go into a show home, Hannah, everything is that colour in the bathroom. It's a very popular bathroom colour, actually, I have to say. It's because you associate with water, don't you? I guess, kind of aquary, tropical colours that you've got there. This is a stunning, stunning hue that you've got within this gemstone. Your blue coloured dyed quartz here. It's more of a turquoise hue, isn't it? It has a real turquoisey hue. Amazonite, that was the gemstone I was thinking of. I knew it began with an A. That's where I was going with Amblygonite. And I went, no, Amazonite, that was where I was going. These are stunning. Do you know what? These would work great with the shells, actually. I'm just going to pop those back on my hands so you can see those together again. Oh, would you look at that? That's the beach right there. 95 carats in each strand you've got there. So that's 285 carats in total. 6 millimetres in round, whoa. 5.95. 3 strands, that's not even £2 per strand. Not even £2 per strand for you there. And with a 6 millimetre round, you can do, in fact, there isn't anything you can't do with a 6 mil round. I was here with guest designer Mark Smith on Sunday morning, and it was him that said, you know, his desert island size for a gemstone is a 6 mil round, because there isn't anything you can't do with it. And that's totally right. You know, you can go with your simple stretches. You can use just these singly as earrings if you wanted to as well. And they'd look really pretty. You can use them as spacers, you know, to accent other gemstones as well. In your macrame designs, in your kumihimo designs as well. 25 in baskets right now. I would be checking out. Oh, you know the coral coloured ones that we have as well? Wouldn't they look gorgeous?
Yeah. Now that is holiday.
So I was just saying, sticking with the holiday theme. They would look really nice. Perhaps some white ones and some coral ones in there as well. But again, bead looming, as you said earlier on, they'd be great in something like that, wouldn't they?
Definitely, yeah.
Question. From, Christine. She says, hi, Jam team. Can you please say what the last strand was called? Was it the shells? What, the name of the bundle or just the gemstone? Was it these ones, Christine? Cuboids, these ones are. The cubby-dooby-doo. Those ones, they look great together, don't they? Really, really pretty. 0800 644 655. Over half of the stock has gone already. You can still do it. You've still got time to dial 0800 644 655. That telephone number is always at the bottom of your screen. You can dial in anytime. If at any point we're going too quickly for you, just make a note of the code. You can call the call centre at any time and quote that code, and they'll be able to locate it for you and hopefully add that to your order. Aqua. Or the smaller ones. I'll do this one first. There's too much to choose from. Look at these. Oh, tropical. Water. 3 strands. They are so blue. That's like a real neon apatite blue that you've got there. 20 carats. That's not right. 3 times 20 carats. There's a lot more than that. What should it be? Not that. Do you know what? Bonus, because we know we're looking at a much bigger carat weight. It should actually be 280 carats each. So obviously the 8 was broken that day and hasn't gone in the middle there. 280 carats per strand you've got there. That's a massive, massive carat weight. Now these are your 10mm rounds, which actually versatile enough to use by themselves. You know, there's no reason why you couldn't just take one of those, kind of use some of your threading materials or your wire with that as well. Like, wire wrap that into a ring, that would look really, really pretty. Just that one gemstone there. You know, you could sell that kind of, I don't know, £2. Simple wire wrap ring, couldn't you? Put them in a basket on your craft stall, £2 a go. Well, actually, you'd only have to sell 3, 4 of them to get your money back on 3 strands. SNGC10. I only have 40 chances available for you, so just make sure you're really, really quick. Put these with your citrine. Put them with your greens as well. That'd look gorgeous, wouldn't it? You know, looking at this colour, it makes us think of the sea, the beautiful blue sky when it is around, if you can remember what that looks like. So it kind of makes me want to put it with the colours of nature. So like, you know, your yellow sunshine, your citrine, or your greens with this one as well. Perhaps some peridot in there would look beautiful. Your shells for organicness in there as well. SNGC10. Lots of you multi-buying. Well done, Diane. You've just got 2. That's 1 P&P for you. Doesn't matter how many times you come in and shop with us in any one day. You've only got that 1 postage and packaging to pay. It is £2.95 standard. Even premium, you know, here in the UK, it's only £4.95. You're going to get it a little bit quicker there as well. If you're anything like me, I'm very impatient. I want everything yesterday. So yeah, SNGC10. We're asking you today for your hobbies outside of Jewellery Maker. Do you have any hobbies? 60777. Start message with the word JM Studio. So mine's reading. I think I'm quite average. Wes likes to play the guitar. Nathalie, you like cooking. Phil, you're a snooker player. Interesting. And now Ryan just likes the fresh air. So have a nice little walk. In the rain, Ryan, do you still do it when, you know, the weather's rubbish, or? Yeah, put your wellies on and you pack a mac. Off you go. 60777, start message with the word JM Studio. If you're watching on the web, just at the bottom of the live feed, there is a screen, a little box, sorry, that says send a message to studio. Just type your message in there, click send, and it will come straight through to us as well. And that's free as well, isn't it? And let's bring you another bundle. These. Look at these. These have got a fabulous, fabulous inner glow to them. Really, really pretty. Check these out. Perfect size as well. I was in a ladies' fashion store a few months ago now. And I think as well, when you go into them now, and I think it's probably the same for the gents as well, because there's a lot of costume jewellery now, isn't there? Pretty much every clothing store that you go into. And they are kind of strategically placed when you are waiting in the queue, aren't they? So, you know, you tend to have a look at them while you're in the queue. I've seen a lot of them lately that are kind of literally, and it's all it is, just a piece of threading material with perhaps a charm on. So that kind of bracelet, and then the next bracelet might be, a kind of Shambhala style bracelet or macrame style bracelet or something like that. So there's like kind of probably 6 or 8 of them all together for one kind of price. And they look really nice, you know, they're all kind of stacked and racked together. That's how they're meant to be worn. £15. Yeah. £15. I looked at the price and I was like, gosh, that is literally just a few bits of threading materials, you know. I probably would pay that. They, you know, they look quite nice. I was thinking, actually, if you are somebody that sells your jewellery, you can recreate that look very, very quickly and very easily as well. You know, just with a few threading materials, some simple cords, just throwing in the odd gemstone. You know, it doesn't even have to be gem heavy. If you are somebody that follows any big jewellery designers on kind of your social networking sites as well, like Instagram and there's lots of jewellery designers on Pinterest and things like that. You'll see lots of those designs about. It is something that is very, very much on trend at the moment. Having gemstones of this size as well is perfect for incorporating into those designs. Wow. 90 carats in each strand. That is 270 carats in total. All 6mm rounds you've got there as well. In with those cuboids, those 6mm, sorry, not 6mm. I can't remember what size they were now, but I'm just going to bring them back anyway, just to remind you. Look at those together. Beachy. 13 by 4mm in size. In with your 6mm rounds there as well. Looks really, really beautiful, doesn't it? 0800 644 655. What I love about these quartz as well is the diaphanity of them. Can you see that gorgeous inner glow that you've got there? So the gemstone's just letting a little bit of light through, so it's just giving them that gorgeous, almost ethereal inner glow. I quite like them twisted like that, actually. You could do that in a design, maybe using some of your threading essentials and just twisting them together like that. Definitely. Looks pretty, doesn't it?
Lovely, yeah.
Well done if you've managed to get these. Hayley, well done. Tracy, congratulations to you. Susan, well done. Sue, collector in Norfolk. Linda, Jill, Mark, collector in Cardiff. Anthea, Karen in Anglesey. Hayley in the West Midlands, you're there. Congratulations to you. Tracy, well done. Natasha in Angus, you've just got yours as well. 0800 644 655. Oh, one of my favourites. Now, this gemstone, in fact, we had a bundle the other day and Phil said it's the first bundle that he's seen in quite a while. Prehnite is a gemstone that I've been familiar with for quite a few years now. I've never seen it quite like we bring it to you here at Jewellery Maker. The uniqueness of this gemstone is just phenomenal, and this is why I love prehnite. I love green gemstones anyway. I love gemstones that kind of, well, the green gemstone, you know, it's Mother Nature's backdrop, isn't it? That colour. But I love these gemstones that kind of take you back to, you know, the earth, if you like. So whether that be mookaite that gives you earthy tones, and your jaspers that gives us those really earthy colours, or something like prehnite that has this almost spring-like freshness about the hue. So fresh and so beautiful. You have loads of prehnite here. You've got 100 carats in your 6mm rounds, and you've got 320 carats in your chips and nuggets. Now instantly I'm looking at the chips and nuggets and thinking Tree of Life design. These would be absolutely perfect, because not only have you got this really fresh pastel green hue, but you've got these almost mossy tones in there as well. That's going to add, you know, even more detail, even more attention to detail, even more texture to your Tree of Life design. This, for me, I think is probably #1 gemstone for Tree of Life design. Absolutely perfect. Jamie in Cymru says, Hannah, I do simple rings with gemstones like that, £4 a pop on my stall, and they just fly out. Using different coloured wires works well too. You see, things like that. Just something that's going to give you a quick turnaround, you know, you kind of money back on the strand. Everyone's a winner. £8.90, not your price tag today. I would be coming in for this one. That is incredible at £5.95 for you today. 0800 644 655. Again, if you're not sure what a Tree of Life design is, if you're tuning in for the first time today, go and have a look on YouTube. Loads of tutorials on there that you can find. Tree of Life designs are beautiful. We've incorporated them into jewellery in the past here at Jewellery Maker. Ornamental Tree of Life designs. We've got an absolutely huge Tree of Life over on the shelf in the Jewellery Maker shoe that one of our customers, Leslie, made us quite a while ago as well. You know, you can just really go to town on a design like that as well, and I love them. Love them. £5.95 for you today. 0800 644 655. Video and Wiltshire Wealth and Collector in Greater Manchester. Carmel in County Dublin. Have a look each of these gemstones. Can you see how different they are and how individual and unique they are? I love that uniqueness. For me, you know, for something that is essentially a one of a kind, often that costs an absolute fortune, doesn't it? We're at $5.95 and look at what you have here. They are stunning. You are GC73, Myra in Crudigan, well done Patricia, well done Bridget in Wiltshire, Collect It in Greater Manchester, Carmel, you've got yours, Karen in Anglesey, well done to you, Jenny in Cheshire's got 2, well done Collect It in Tyne-Weir, Jennifer in Essex, Viv in Essex, Terry Ray in Greater London, congratulations to you. Have a go at your Tree of Life designs, making one of these, whether it be for jewellery or ornamental, loads of different ways you can do it. Check out one of those tutorials on YouTube, really, really easy to do, you just need a little bit of wire, chips and nuggets, beautiful. Gorgeous with green opal, says Susan in Cambridgeshire. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Yeah. In fact, coming up, I think it's in the 4 o'clock hour, I've got a multi-coloured strand of opal that would look stunning with these, you know. And in that multi-coloured strand of opal, I've got the blues in there, I've got the cherry blossom pinks in there, I've got the greens in there, I've got everything. Oh yes. Right. Grey quartz for you. Grey. I tell you, it's my colour at the moment.
And mine.
It's everywhere, isn't it? It's in decor everywhere.
I've just decorated mine.
Have you?
House grey, if it's grey.
Yeah, see, I love it. See, my lounge, I've got kind of different shades of grey on my walls. Yeah. And then my sofa's kind of like a bluey grey. And then I've got grey accessories in it. I love it at the moment.
Yeah, and I think any colour will go with it. You know, like if you want to put a pop of colour, you know.
Yeah.
Like bright pink, or you could go anything will go with it, really.
Definitely.
So, oh, they're lovely.
Wow. Ooh. These are gorgeous. Do you know what? It's that faceting. It's the tone that you've got here. Really, really delicate. But look at the sparkle on them. They look really, really high end. Really high end. These are gorgeous. They've also got a very moonstone feel about them, haven't they? You know, you could put any of your moonstones, your white moonstone, your greys or your peaches with these. Oh, do you know what I'd really like to do with these? You know the kind of sterling silver multi-stranded spacers that we have? I'd just have one of those in the middle there. I would. I've got a wedding to go to in September. I'd get one of those sterling silver multi-stranded spacers, pop that in the middle. That for me, that would be my piece of jewellery for that day. Absolutely love that look. In fact, can you write the code down for me, Phil? £5.95, WMGC 194mm faceted rounds. There is something so glamorous about these, isn't there?
Oh, they really look so high end.
They do. Yeah. That's definitely, for me, that's definitely my nighttime piece of jewellery, I think. They are fabulous. I'm going to count out one of the strands, actually, give you some idea of what you've got there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 40. I'm going with approximately 80, over 80 gemstones on that strand, actually. There's a lot there. You could get 4 bracelets, 4 simple structures out of this if you wanted to, or you could use that in a multi-stranded bracelet design, or perhaps layering that look up in a necklace as well. But as Nathalie said, it's one of those colours that actually goes with anything and everything. You know, put it with your blues, put it with your greens, put it with the shell that we had earlier on, and it's going to look fabulous with the shell. Put it with your labradorites, your moonstone, your peach moonstone would look fabulous. Bridget in Wiltshire, you're back in. Tracy in South Yorkshire, well done. Linda in Nottinghamshire, Helene in the West Midlands, Jill in the Scottish Highlands. You've got 2. Congratulations to you. I'm going to be getting these today, no 2 ways about it. Love, love, love them. They are beautiful. Imagine them in macrame as well and kumihimo. They would look really, really pretty. WMGC 19 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. Lots of you with these in baskets. Patricia in Bedfordshire, Terry Ray in Greater London, Joanne in Shropshire, Collect in Nottinghamshire, Lucy and Harold in Norfolk on the telephone lines, Marcia in Nebraska. Congratulations, you've got yours. They are stunning. So going back to the other gemstones that I had, the other bundle, and I was talking about that inner glow. You've got that. They've almost got, you know, it almost reminds me of kind of moonlight, and I don't know whether that's where I'm getting the kind of nighttime feel from this particular bundle. Inner glow's gorgeous on those. Oh, I can't wait to make that piece of jewellery. Nuggets, which ones? Oh, they're all together.
Oh, wow.
Right. Ah, right, okay, let's just take this one out then. So this is a strand of Botswana agate. Oh, do you know what? I'm not sure. Have I ever had a strand of nuggets before? Botswana agate nuggets? I'm not sure if I have, you know, but just going back, you know, making a really good point. Guest designer Mark Smith said to me quite a while ago that actually there isn't any gemstone that he could think of that we don't bring you in nugget form. Therefore, that gives you a huge opportunity to be able to get these gemstones at a kind of try before you buy price. I mean, this is such a high-end gemstone that we are looking at. Agate, there's many different varieties of your agate, but two that are very considered, very highly sought after in the gem world. One is blue lace agate and the other is Botswana agate. Well, in this strand, you've got 250 carats. 250 carats? That is just a huge carat weight. Do you know, again, going back to your Tree of Life designs, look at all of these tones. You've got the grey. So in fact, the grey bundle that we just had would work fantastically in there, wouldn't it? But in the Botswana agate, and look at this, you know, even in your chips and nuggets, can you see the banding? That looks incredible, doesn't it? You've got the greys, you've got the greens, you've got the blush pinks, you've got the oranges in there, you've got all of these fabulous different tones. So you've got 250 carats of your Botswana agate going to an incredible price tag today. What price tag are we going to, Phil, out of interest? I'll take that, yeah. Botswana agate, not at £11.80, but £6.95. If this was double that price tag, I would be telling you to multi-buy for your Botswana agate. But guess what? You're not just getting Botswana agate. You are also getting 250 carats of green aventurine, 250 carats of your white moonstone, and you are also getting 180 carats of dendrite opal, all for £6.95. Now, when you think about these strands, they're double strands. So essentially, you know, we've kind of got 8 strands here. That's less than £1 per strand. That's Botswana agate right there, Phil. What have you done? What have you done? That quantity, by the way, that's last of stock. So you're going to have to be really quick. At this moment in time, I've got about 15 baskets. It's fastest fingers first. Do not sit with this one in your basket for any longer than you need to, because they will all sell out. You could literally sell that strand of Botswana agate on at a higher price tag, I think. Yeah, you could have your money back for the entire bundle. That's phenomenal, isn't it? GMGC07. Lots of you multi-buy, massive well done if you've managed to get more than one of these as well. That is a cheeky deal. Somebody's asked, are the nuggets all natural? Yes, they are. All of them natural. Complete, and it's £6.95. What was the carat weight, the total carat weight? 930. So yet again, if there was such a thing as a what's the word I'm looking for? Not a decimal. I'm looking for less than a penny. If there was an actual coin that was less than a penny. I mean, you couldn't buy a carat if you wanted to, could you? No, because we don't have a denomination. Is that right? Denomination? Yes. Thanks, Nathalie. That was the word I was looking for. Wow. Moss agate. Whoa. So this is like your pre-night, and actually this will work really well. This must be a mistake. Was that you? Do you know, actually, if we had to play guess the producer when it came to bundle names, I think everybody would be like, yeah, Phil, 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 Phil. You have your moss quartz here. They are beautiful. Again, just like your pre-night. I'm going to bring the pre-night rounds back now. They would work so well together. They really, really would. Again, you've got that incredible individuality throughout every single gemstone. 95 carats each strand you've got there. So you've got 190 carats. In total. Wouldn't these be great in gents pieces as well? You know, even if you just took one of those gemstones and just had that kind of in the centre of a design in a bracelet, just a couple of your threads, maybe one of your black threads, one of your white threads. That would look fab. Look really, really cool. I love these. They are, what size are these, Phil? 7 to 8 millimetres in size, a slight graduation on your strand there. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 26 gemstones on that strand. 27 to 8 millimetres in size for you. They are gorgeous. Again, no two are going to be exactly the same. Every single one completely individual, completely unique. 0800 644 655, just £9.95 for you this afternoon. NVGC10 is your code for this one. Don't forget, today we're asking for your text messages. We want to know what your hobbies and your interests are outside of jewellery making. Well, I think we've had the fire breather. I don't think is going to be beaten. Somebody that works for the circus. Imagine that. It's pretty spectacular hobby, that, isn't it? Yes, I eat fire. I like eating fire. NVGC10. If you've not dialed it, you've still got time to do it. I quite like these in there as well. Again, the grey. Oh, look at those. What a combination that is. See, perhaps just the bracelet design that I was going for earlier on, but just one of those in there, or a couple of them, perhaps 3 of them in the centre of a bracelet would look really nice. Or you could just use those as spacers as well, couldn't you? 0800 644 655. Lucy and Harold in Norfolk, you're in. Manuri in Surrey, well done, you've got 2. Eleanor in Barcelona, Anita in Berkshire, Natasha in Angus, you've got yours as well. Congratulations to you. 0800 I see diamonds. Oh. I see diamonds. Do you know, I've heard a rumour actually about the weekend. Faceted blue diamonds. Yeah, faceted blue diamonds with Alison Tarry. Oh my gosh, that's going to be incredible on Saturday. Oh, that was it. Yeah, so blue diamonds in the kit and deal of the day. What was it now? What was it? Natural pink diamonds. Oh. Saturday. I'm going to be like a kid on Christmas Eve on Friday. Sarah in Suffolk says, outside of jewellery making, is there any such thing? I'm a member of our local WI. It's a young thinking group. We do wine tasting, chocolate, bingo, etc. Where do I sign? How do I get involved? Bingo, chocolate and wine tasting. That sounds like the best night out ever, isn't it? Wow. I'm going to get myself involved in that. Right, time for a cheeky star buy. I have a feeling this is going to be a very, very cheeky deal. There are only 9 opportunities. Only 9 opportunities. Look at the sparkle on these green diamonds. They are just phenomenal. 30 carats of diamonds. Whoever thought it possible to get this kind of carat weight of diamonds into your own personal collection? 30. That is 300 points of diamonds that you have there. Massive, massive carat weight for diamonds. Now, if you are a follower of fashion and like to follow big jewelry designers, lots of them at the moment are going for that organic look, the rough nugget gemstone in their designs. You know, you have a look on Monica Venada's website, you'll see lots of rough nugget designs that are just very organically wrapped in some way or set in some way into designs. Now, yeah, can you just tell me, actually, because I think, right, that's silly. I think this was a deal of the day once upon a time. Yeah, I'm sure. And in my head, I was just thinking, I wonder if we're going to be honouring the deal of the day price tag. You are looking at 10 carats of grey diamonds, 10 carats of your black diamonds, and 10 carats of your green diamonds. Already we are at £20 a strand for 10 carats of diamonds. That is ridiculously, ridiculously low. I would check out as quickly as you can. These will sell out. It's last of stock. £39.95. That works out to approximately £13 something per strand. £13.30 per strand. For 10 carats of diamonds, you need to get checking out. There are loads of you with these in baskets, but you're not checking out. You can't do it until you have absolutely confirmed. GL, are you 76? Do you know, I would so be saving these for commissions. Those green diamonds. How often do we see strands of green diamonds? Like never. Collecting Tiny Me at Kath. Kath, I hope you're well in Pembrokeshire. You've got yours. Manari, you're there in Surrey. Madeline in Hampshire, you've got yours. There are, at this moment in time, about 19, 20 in baskets. And I've got 5 chances left. It is fastest fingers first on this auction. You are going to have 30 carats of genuine diamonds in your stash in a couple of days' time. And do you know what? All you've paid. Can you imagine phoning somebody up later on? Oh yeah, what have you been up to today? Oh yes, I just bought 30 carats of diamonds. Did you win the Euro Millions on Friday? £39.95. I tell you, unbelievable. Well done, Jill in the Scottish Highlands. You've just got yours on the telephone lines. Collect in Kent. You've managed to get yours. I've got 15 in baskets and only 3 chances at this moment in time. That means 12 of you, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out. 0800 644 655 telephone bidders. Again, don't be put off by that quantity. Dial now. It could be you. It could be you getting 30 carats of diamonds home in just a couple of days' time. Bethan, collect it in West Midlands, collect it in London, Christine in West Midlands, Anita, oh god, there's loads of you coming in on the web now. Kath in Pembrokeshire says, thank you team, I've been waiting for these for ages. I'm still not great, Hannah, but thank you for asking. Kath, sending you lots of love, lots of hugs, I get well wishes as well. Fabulous. I'm glad you got diamonds. Whoa. Turquoise, oh my gosh. Look at the size of these nuggets. Wow. Ah, right. So we've just bought you a Diamond Star buy, and with that price, we've honoured a deal of the day price tag. We've got the last few of these. This was the deal of the day. And guess what we're doing? We're going to... Do you know, honestly, in all of my days, I'm not sure if I was here for this deal of the day. I don't think I was. I wasn't here. I mean, I'd have remembered that. 75 carats of turquoise at £5.95. Oh my days, that is ridiculously low. Have you seen prices of turquoise elsewhere? If you go into those little seaside shops, have a look there. In fact, Kath, you're probably familiar with the same one that I am in Pembrokeshire as well. Go in there, you have a look at turquoise set into solid sterling silver rings. Not colossal carat weights, you know, decent carat weights. Oh, you could be talking anything from 70 to 80 pounds. Even more sometimes. 75 carats of your turquoise chips and nuggets, 5x1 to 11x1 millimetres in size. I would definitely be getting my certificate of authenticity with these as well. No two ways about it. Extra 25 pence if you add it to your order, or you can print it off on the website, free of charge, of course. www.jewellerymaker.com. SHRU16 is your code for these. Look how many nuggets you've got on that strand there. It's absolutely packed. What do you do with your chips and nuggets, Natalie?
I've Kumahimo.
Yeah.
Kumahimo them. Or I would use them, so say with the cuboids, cubes, I would use them, I'd sort of bulk them out, so I'd have like a section of those, like a 3 centimetre section, then one of the cubes, and another 3. So just use them to space them out.
Wow,
Bunch them up a little bit.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. Turquoise is one of those gemstones as well. That is instantly recognisable, isn't it? You know, you would kind of never ever mistake turquoise for any other gemstone. It works so well with your pearls, so well with your shells as well. Emily in the West Midlands says, total madness. I'm loving it. Thank you, Diane. That's just that's a normal day. This is a normal day here at Jewellery Maker as well. Madness all day, every day, from 8 AM right till 10 PM of the night time. Alison Jane in Anger says, I'm an avid gardener and a jewellery maker. My garden inspires me. Love you. Ali, presenters and crew. Oh, all presenters. Yeah, all presenters. Or it could be Ali, presenter, who's not here at the moment. But I'll pass that message on. Eleanor in Barcelona says, I have this strand twice. It is stunning. Great show today, ladies. Oh, thanks, Eleanor. Lovely to have you company. Hope you can manage to get over to one of our workshops soon again. She came in October, Eleanor, all the way from Barcelona. I think we should take the workshop to Barcelona, really. You know? Well done if you've already managed to check this out. If you haven't, you know what, we've still got quantity there, and we're at just £5.95 for you this afternoon. SHRU16 Gloria in the West Midlands says, use the cuboids down the sides and the turquoise down the middle in a ladder type style.
Ooh, yes.
Like that idea. I tell you, you see those colours. Who else has literally in their head just got on a plane and already there on the beach, cocktail in hand? You see. Perfect. Customer says, Hannah, you always get the best stuff. Love to... Shh. Don't tell everyone. Love turquoise and diamonds. Well, I do know where the special cupboard is located, you see, so quite often I will go in and raid it before we come on air. And Phil brings you the prices, which is brilliant. RU16 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. Hold those telephone lines. If you've got a phone in your hand, stay exactly where you are. Earring findings for you. Oh my gosh. Do you know, yesterday I had white topaz. The white topaz ones, they were really, really popular. These are going to fly. Wow. These earring findings, incredibly high end. You have 925 sterling silver featuring your peridot. Oh, they are so beautiful. I love designs like this. You know how, you know, it's not too fussy, it's not too fancy. Therefore, it's very, very versatile. You know, these findings will go with kind of any shape gemstone, any size gemstone, any colour gemstone. They're going to work with everything, aren't they? There's no reason why you couldn't hang, you know, a black spinel drop on there if you wanted to, and have that with your, in fact, your peridot and your spinel now, of course, August birthstones. So if you're doing your birthstone jewellery, definitely get these into your stash. Maybe you just love that vividness of peridot. Well, you have 55 carats in total in this design. The peridot already bezel set into 925 solid sterling silver for you. So already you've got that value there. You know, you've got 925 sterling silver. On top of that, you've got 55 carats of peridot, which is a completely natural gemstone. And you've got a big carat weight for solitaires. They are very, very sizable. Gemstone quality peridot is what you have there. Gemstone quality. So I think we matched the price of yesterday, $9.95. You'll go lower. And the reason for that is it's Tuesday. That'll do, Phil. £6.95. Can you imagine if you just wanted to buy a pair of stud earrings featuring peridot of this size? I don't think you'd get them under £30 anywhere. You know, peridot of that size, gemstone quality, natural gemstone. I'm always saying wherever you can with earring findings, especially if you can, if your budget will allow you to stretch to 925 every time, then absolutely do it, because a lot of people out there do suffer with allergies to certain alloys. So if you can have 925 in earring findings every time, brilliant. Do you know, at £6.95, isn't that the kind of price tag that actually you might be thinking, do you know what, I'm going to treat myself? You know, it's the kind of price tag, isn't it, that actually you can justify to yourself. You know, if you're a stay-at-home mum or whatever, you know, you kind of with having children, you feel guilty about spending money on yourself sometimes because they need new shoes or they need new books, new coat, whatever. £6.95, I'm treating myself. I am treating myself today to these peridot earring findings. They are gorgeous. 0800 644, yes please, Phil. Feels like, right, would you like me to write the code out again? Phil he's a good personal shopper, our Phil. Well, he's a good taking noter. He doesn't actually do the shopping for me. It's our Alison Tarry that does the shopping for me. Phil that writes the codes down. Brilliant. Collecting Tiny Weird ×2. Rita, Alison, Jane in Angus. You're there. Barbara. Well done, Margaret. Mannery, you're back in Surrey. Collector in New York. Collector in Greater London. Lillian in Yorkshire. Liz in Kent says these are so pretty. I'm waiting to open my parcel with them in, but I can't do anything at the moment as my 3-year-old granddaughter is sleeping on me. Do you know, that's those moments, isn't it, where you're like, I can't move because if I move, they will wake up. It's taken me ages to get them to sleep. It's going to be a nightmare. Do I just stay here and be really uncomfortable for a couple of hours? It's generally what you do, isn't it? Just stay there and be uncomfortable for a couple of hours. £6.95. ZCMW36 is your code for this one. Well done. Right, Chrysocolla for you. Last chance, only 12. I tell you, this gemstone, it's one of those that has, I was going to say taken the gemstone industry by storm. It's almost distracted the gemstone industry, this strand. It's one of those that is so fascinatingly beautiful. The colours are stunning. You've got a fabulous array of colours. You've got the greens, you've got the blues, you've got the turquoises in there as well. Such a fantastic colour. And actually, it was guest designer Mark Smith that said the other day, he was like, yeah, my kitchen's a similar colour to this. And I was like, well, yes, they're mine. And then and he said, well, Hannah Osborne's is too. It is one of those colours, again, that is very on trend, but not just in your kind of clothing, your gemstones, in your decor as well at the moment. You've got that fabulous tealy hue throughout every single gemstone here. 100% natural. They're 11 by 7 to 16 by 10 millimetres in size. Now, for me personally, I'm going to have to multi-buy this strand. Bless you, Wesley. Because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, do you know what? There's a statement ring several times over there, isn't there? Statement rings, money back for me. But also, do you know what? I want to go all out. I want to go all out. I want to restrand this into a necklace because of that graduation. How fabulous. £12.95. Wow. Incredible. Completely natural chrysocolla you've got here. Alison Jane is back in. Well done, Alison. 1p&p for you. I've seen you lots this morning, this afternoon even. Catherine in Essex, Sharon in Worcestershire, Kirsty in Australia, Barbara in Gloucestershire, Collector in Cardiff. Last of stock. Don't sit with these in your baskets as quickly as you can. Confirm. There are telephone bidders there as well at the same time. It's fastest fingers first. SXRU96 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. I've got about 14 baskets and I've got 6 left. I'm not good at maths, but I can work that out. Last 5 chances for you. Well done if you've managed to get that. I'm just going to put one of those on the hand. Actually, I'm going to go for this one here. It's not the biggest one on the strand, but every single, even the smallest one on the strand, that is a statement ring. I'd use my 925 sterling silver wire. In fact, if you've got your silver clay, this bezel set into silver clay would look immense, I tell you. SXRU96, final couple of chances. Rajitha, Rajitha's there. Tell you, when our guest designers are sat at home watching and buying, you know you're getting a good deal, don't you? £12.95, all gone. Well done. Oh no, Rajitha, I'm really sorry. Oh no, weren't quick enough. Right, coming up for you after the break. Oh, the kit, the kit with the shell. I've got the shell and the black spinel and your masterclass coming up. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes' time.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund. Did you know when you book on a Jewellery Maker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
I think when I look back on it, I think I was brought up as a beader, not a jewellery maker, a beader. Because, you know, we always had my granny's button box and lace box and, you know, you could go through her beads and put them all together, string them, you know. Jewellery Maker is quality, and if you want the quality, that's who you've got to go to. I like your presenters and the certain ones, yeah, and it's a shame it's so far because I'd like to do loads more courses. But yeah, I will always be buying from Jewellery Maker. I am that sort of person with energy who likes to jump from medium to medium. Depending on what day of the week it is, depending on what I feel like. I find I work differently if I'm sitting in my workroom at the table than I do when I'm sitting with a tray in front of the television. But yeah, no, I would say to new people coming in, if you are looking at genuine gemstones, it's got to be Jewellery Maker. I would say look at the bundles, because I think you do some really good bundles. And press the button quick and buy them. You know, don't wait to think about it, because I think that's one of the big things, is if you wait, it's gone. You can always order, and what I usually do is I'll order, and I'll have other things in the back of my mind that I can add to that order to get your postage money's worth. Yeah. And if I don't like it, I can send it back. But I think that is the way to buy.
Amazing. Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. If you've just tuned in, I've got the kit and the masterclass coming up for you very, very soon. Director Ryan has just decided that we're going to come up with a star behind. Do you know what? I'm going to bring you quite possibly my favourite strand from today's show. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful strand. When I think of all the different colours of opal that we have, all the different varieties of opal that we have here at Jewellery Maker, do you know what? This strand pretty much covers quite a lot of them. All 100% natural. Those colours, oh, this is like the dreamiest strand. To have those pinks, those blues, those purples, the greens, the whites, you've got it all in this strand, you really do. Do you know, I wouldn't do anything to this other than restrand it.
Exactly as
They're stunning, aren't
is. Beautiful.
Oh, they're just the most beautiful, beautiful opals. You know, it's great that we can have the blue opals in some strands and the pinks in other strands. We've been fortunate to get the lavenders and the lilacs and the purples. But this variety in this strand, oh my gosh, Phil, this can go straight on the list today. Look at those. And look, can you see that? You've even got Ethiopian opal down there as well. You've got your greens coming through at the bottom there, that play of colour coming through. Look, fire opal. Look at that, look. Oh, wow, that is this strand here. So you've got the fire opals, you've got the Ethiopian opals, you've got, you know, the blues, the pinks, the greens in there as well. We have got it all in this strand here. This is just phenomenal. Do you know, I'd be dialing now. Completely natural. Thinking about all the other gemstones that you have, all the other gemstones that you've got in your stash, there isn't anything that these wouldn't work with. You know, quite often designers use the plain wheels as spacers in designs. Also, you know, if you use them flat side on, they actually cover a really, really large surface area. So you could take that, you could embellish things with this as well if you wanted to. Oh, they are fab. I'm getting these. I'm on it. In fact, next break before they're sold out. £19.95 for you this afternoon. CAJN 202468 10 12 14 16 18 20. You've got to have 100 opals in this strand easily at £19.95. That for me, I'm going to have to multi-buy. One's not enough. One is not enough. I'm going to go for the bracelet, the necklace and the earrings. I'm going the whole hog, the full suite. CAJN 20. What would you do with them, Natalie?
Well, I think I would either just restrand them,
yeah,
or I maybe would have them flat actually and embellish them with maybe a tiny little crystal or something on top, so they almost look button-like.
Yeah.
So maybe do something like that.
They're just, I've just never ever seen a strand with so much colour variety. I mean, look at, can you see the Ethiopian one there going past with all those greens coming through, and then you've got the intensity of the fire opal there and the light from within just burning, and then you've got your, you know, your kind of Peruvian blues and your Peruvian greens, and then your pinks in there as well, at just £19.95 for you today. If you have this in your basket, you have got to check out. I love, love, love this. You could pop a charm in there as well. 95 sterling silver charm. We are talking, in fact, this is like a collector's dream come true. You know, I was just going to say this is a collector's strand, but to have all of these colours in one strand, to be able to get all of these varieties in one go, is just fantastic. Dream come true. Norma in Angus, you've got two as well. I don't blame you. It's exactly what I would be doing. You could separate, if you wanted to, separate all these colours out, couldn't you? You could get the strand home, take your pinks out, take your blues out, take your whites out there if you wanted to, or just simply leave them all mixed up together. I think that's what I'd be doing. CAJN 20. Get checking out as soon as you can. It's still coming through for this one as well, and I've got telephone bidders there. All you need to do is press your number 1 button, get through to the call centre as soon as you can for that strand. That is just, oh, Love them. I'm going to quickly squeeze in the lapis for you. This is the lowest priced star buy, quite possibly. I've only got 40 though, so you're going to have to be really, really quick. Do you know what? With all the soft wire that I've got coming up in the kit, oh yes, the gold and the lapis together. 180 carats of your lapis, £2.95. That's right, the same price as your P&P, £2.95. WRGP90. This again is why I say don't switch off. Just make sure you're always watching 8mm rounds in your lapis there. 0800 644 655. If you're already on the telephone lines from the previous auction, just stay there and just add this to your order. That is giving lapis away. And look at the inclusions, those golden pyrite inclusions there. They are stunning. Whoops. And durable. Oopsie. That was for Claire MacDonald. Whoopsie. Yeah, we were talking about words that you say, that certain people say, and you just know that they're a parent. So like, whoopsie. And what was the word that Claire used yesterday? And I said, you can so tell you're a parent. I said whoopsie. What did she say? Something very similar. You know what I mean, don't you, Natalie?
Yes.
Yeah, like whoopsie daisy. It's just a politer way of saying something else, really. Lots of you multi-buying there, buying 2 streets. Well done, Nassim, Greater Manchester. You've got 4. Hayley in West Yorkshire. They're gone. Oh, what did Claire say? The what? Sorry, lovely. Oh, the plums. Get the plums on. Clearance deal. Look at this colour. Pair of plums.
That with the gold as well. Look at
yes,
that.
good call, Natalie. Look at that. Wow.
They're so luxurious.
They're beautiful. See, animal print is something that is very on trend, but also this colour. We don't see this colour in gemstones, do we? We just, you know, it's a real kind of aubergine, burgundy, really, really rich colour. That is plum, yeah, obviously. You have your 20mm flat coins there. Each one of those individually as a ring, that's the statement look, individually as a pendant with all the soft wire that we've got coming up for you in the kit with the gold that looks gorgeous. At just £5.95 for you today. 0800 644 655. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. That's 40 gemstones that you've got there. Wow. Wire wrap ring with the wire. Gorgeous, wouldn't it? QRGC92 is your code for these. Again, if you're already on the phone lines from the previous auction, which I know many of you are, and a lot of you missed out on that, I am sorry. Just stay exactly where you are. Lucan in Bristol, well done, you've got yours collected in Caithness. Pauline in Greater London, collected in Greater Manchester. Barbara in Gloucestershire. Hayley in the West Midlands is back in. Manor is back in Surrey. You've got 2. Well done, Violet. Collect in Greater London. Natasha in Angus. Well done to you. What would you do with these, Natalie, do you think?
Oh, I think I would definitely have a pair of earrings. Just simple pair of earrings and gold findings. I would use some sparing actually. I'd have one as a pendant. I mean, one of the strands you could probably use it or go all out.
Can you see how the light, when the light catches them as well, you get that beautiful kind of shimmer, don't you? That you expect to see with kind of shell as well. You can still see that even though these are really pretty dark in their tone as well, you've still got that gorgeous shimmer coming through. These would be really nice as kind of, you know, keyring charms and bag charms and things like that as well. But that colour, I mean, you know, you could wear these with your kind of your white blouse to work if you wanted to. You could just have one of those in a bracelet design, little bit of chain either side maybe. Again, make these go really, really far. You could with that many. Well done. Right, kit time now. Brand new. These shells are an absolute... Do you know what? I know so many guest designers are going to be coming in and getting these today. Brand new. These shells are just... Oh, they're so luxurious. Look at these. That is the actual moon right there, isn't it? Look
It really
at that.
does. Yeah.
Wow. You have huge shells in here. This is just one of them, by the way. They are, wow. Never ever seen them like this before. Look at this one here. So I've got 3 shapes in this particular pack. We're just going to check what you're getting with yours. So I've got a round there. I've got your teardrop or your pear shape. And I've got your oval as well. You are guaranteed to get these shapes. These are the shapes that you will get in yours. Same size, same shape. So I've got an oval, a pear, and the round there as well. So 40 millimeters in the coin. I have 50 by 40 millimeters in the oval and the pear there as well. Oh, that. Do you know, again, I'm thinking kind of mother of the bride, mother of the bridegroom, but I'm just thinking statement pieces. Statement pieces. Long drop in a pendant, maxi dress, boom. That would look fantastic, wouldn't it? I've never seen shells of this kind of size. The thickness that you've got here as well is just incredible.
They are so thick.
Look at the
Beautiful.
iridescence.
Yeah.
As I'm just moving this ever so slightly, I've got the most incredible, you can see there the pinks coming through, the gorgeous greens coming through there. That gorgeous silky like luster, that is exactly what you should be seeing with your shells. Like pure silk, so luxurious, so high end. Oh, I love them. You are going to get all 3 of these, and you've got, wow, 40 carats of your spinel there as well. A strand, 40 carats, massive, massive carat weight. Victoria in Hertfordshire says, no. I said no, but great deals. Shell cabochons. OMG, love it. Victoria in Hertfordshire, make sure you're getting them. These would have been, you know, perfect over the bridal weekend as well. They really would. With the spinel, it's kind of like a vintagey art deco with that as well. They look stunning. You know, I'm always saying white gemstones, black gemstones, gemstone essentials in your stash because there isn't anything that they wouldn't work with. This kit is a win-win kit. You've got the sparkle, you've got the glamour, and you've got such a high-end look. The pieces you could create with these, wow, would be phenomenal. 0800 644 655 Webbers, get checking out. This kit is going to sell out very, very quickly. All the way down to Bargain Town. Oh,
wow.
Do you know, literally in my ear, lots of people, ooh. £19.95 for that kit. You've got brand new shell cabochons here. They're huge. I mean, you think, you know, what? Again, you know, if you're a wire worker, brilliant with the wire we've got coming up as well. The gold wire would look stunning with these, you know. Doing a beautiful design, wire wrap design with these. Can you imagine that? You know, the kind of price tag you'd be popping on this. Liz in Kent made exactly the same noise as Phil and Ben. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Moonlight Tree of Life. These cabs are beautiful. Good thing I'm still sitting here. I tell you, Liz, you don't want to miss out on these today. Brand new. You are going to be the first people. And do you know what? You could potentially be the last as well. There's so many. I've got multi-buyers on this kit. Multi-buyers. You will need to be really, really quick to check this one out. Think of all those gemstones you've got in your stash. What's your favourite gemstone in your stash? Have you got a particular strand that's your favourite right now? Will it go with these? Yeah. You're all saying yes, aren't you? You've got to come in and get this today. 0800 644 655. Do you know what I'm thinking of? You know the lavender opal that we've had and the purple opal strands that we've had? How fabulous they would look with these. My favourite gemstone, emerald, or the Colombian emerald strand that we had that one day. That would look phenomenal with this. Your black spinel would look incredible. Your amethyst would look phenomenal. Any gemstone at all will work with everything that you have in this kit today. Just framing any of those cabochons with your black spinel will look, oh wow, out of this world. Please send me your designs once you've made your pieces. HF, GC. the arrows are out. Can only mean one thing.
Oh, wow.
P&P back in your pocket. £16.95. Let me just tell you, that was not supposed to happen. Durable, as always.
Just checking.
Yeah, absolutely fine. £16.95. Now, do you know, I know, again, whatever medium you work in, whatever piece you are making, I know I could get that back for one of these cabochons easily peasily. For all of you that have already checked out, for those of you that have got 2 of these, do you know what we've saved you? Even more money. Put you more money back in your pocket there. Liz in Kent, Marie in Essex, Collector in Kent, Mannery, well done. Alison, Jane in Angus, Linda in West Yorkshire, you've got 2. Edith in Merseyside, you've just checked out. Em in Northamptonshire, Eleanor in Bacalona, Edwina in Gwynedd, Natasha in Angus, Violet in Greater Manchester, Collector in Greater Manchester. Linda, you've just joined me, congratulations. Alison, you've got yours as well, congratulations. Catherine, Gail, Tracy, you've just got yours. Lillian, you're there. Anne, you've got yours. Sandra, you've just joined me. There are so many of you there at £16.95. This is going to be a sellout. Wow, that is incredible. Right, soft wire for you. This is fantastic. If you are brand new to wire work, soft wire is great because it just does the work for you, basically. It makes life so much easier. You have a massive amount of your wire here, huge amount. For wrapping those cabochons, perfect. You have 4 different gauges. You've got your 0.4, your 0.6, your 0.8 and your 1mm gauge, gold plated copper soft wire you've got there. 2 of the 0.4, wow. So I've got 2 reels of the 0.4 there, 20 metres of your 0.4mm gauge, and that is your gold plated soft copper wire. You've got 10 metres of the 0.6 there. 10 metres of the 0.6, that is also gold plated. 10 metres of the 0.8, which is your gold coloured, and you've got your 1mm, which again is gold plated, 10 metres of each. That is 50 metres in total you have there. BJGC40 is your code for this one. £31.75 is what you would be paying if you came in and bought these components individually on the web today. Oh, look at that lustre. Beautiful. We're going down to just £19.95 for you this afternoon. Doesn't that work out to like £4 per reel? Wow! 0800 644 655, or on the web today at JewelleryMaker.com. Lots of you coming in that have already got the gemstone kit. Well done if you've got this well. Collect it in Merseyside. Jennifer in County Antrim, Mannery in Surrey, Terry Ray in Greater London, and Sandra, you're there. Gail, Wendy, you've just joined me as well. Congratulations. Collect it in Leicestershire, collect it in Bedfordshire. You've got yours. Well done to you. Keep dialing that number. Get this home. You know, whatever medium you work in, you're going to be using wire at some point, whether it's to make findings, you know, chain with rosary linking, anything like that. You know, lots of us using chain, whatever medium we work in. Always keep your wire stash topped up. BJGC40 is your code for this one. Right, let's go over to Nathalie and have a look at these designs. This kit, these shells are just divine, so luxurious. Oh, wow. Oh, look at this. Oh, Nathalie. Oh, I love them. Did you like working with these?
I did, yeah. I mean, I've never seen shell cabochons like it. They're so thick, which makes it a lot easier to work with, actually.
Definitely, because shell is quite a brittle gemstone as well, isn't it, usually? But with these...
Yeah, and if you are new to working with cabochons, I would say they're perfect because, like I say, because of the thickness. It definitely makes it easier.
Wow.
So, yeah, they're lovely.
They are gorgeous. Look at this design as well. There's a lot of work gone into this piece over here, isn't there? Lots of work. What kind of price tag do you think you put on something like this, Nathalie? How long did it take you, firstly?
That did take me a while. I can't really remember. I sort of done it in stages, to be honest. But I would say about £50 for that. Really, it did take a while.
Yeah. So I think that's been quite generous as well, because you can see the work that's gone into that particular design. Lots of different techniques in that one as well. That's gorgeous. gorgeous. But with these gemstones, you know, they're very much a statement all by themselves, aren't they? You know, you don't really have to do too much to them. You know, so they could potentially give you a quick turnaround and give you your money back quite quickly as well. So get those home and have a go with them and see how you get on. There are 5 pieces of jewellery there. I'm assuming you had a lot of wire left.
I had loads of wire left. It's just everywhere.
Wow.
Just, yeah. And actually, probably only used not even half the strand of the spinel.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, still got one cabochon left over that I didn't get to use. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it will go a long way.
And go.
And go. I mean, and the wire, because it is the soft wire, like you say, it really is nice if you are just starting out with wire, because it's not, you know, it's sort of easy to move around and move it, and easy to straighten out if you make a mistake.
If you've got kind of dexterity problems as well, soft wire is one of those that, you know, it's so easy to work with, isn't it?
Yeah, and definitely easy to sort of straighten up if you do sort of go wrong along the way, you know. So it is definitely a nice one for people that, you know, just want to have a little bit of a play, really, and to get their confidence. So, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Which piece are you going to show us, Nathalie?
I'm going to show you. No, I'm going to show you the
bracelet. I love
it. The reason I'm going to show you that is because the technique in the bracelet is also central in this centerpiece here, and it's also what I've used to go around the cabochon. Yeah, so it is. It's wire.
Oh wow!
But it's a really, really super simple method. I have. The only thing I can describe it as, I don't know if there is a name for it, but when I was a kid, a long time ago, I don't know if you remember, we used to have these Scooby-Doos. They were like plastic, and you used to. It's basically that technique.
Oh wow!
So
isn't it effective?
I should imagine anyone sort of. Well, they have come back around again, actually. So they've done the rounds a few times. So it's very, very basic, but very effective. And using the different gauges of wire will give you very different looks. Okay. So with the bracelet, obviously I've gone for, I think it's the 0.6 or and then on the thicker one you can see, again, it looks a bit more chunkier, a bit more robust. So you can see the difference. If I just show you in the look that you'll get, if I just show you on the, I don't know if we've got the overhead or, so this one here is the thicker one, and then you've got the thin one, so it looks much more delicate looking,
That's amazing.
So, so it kind of gives you an idea of, you know, what you can achieve. Obviously, the thicker one is a bit harder on the hands, but, you know, you just got to take your time. So I'm going to start off by showing you how to do that technique, and then I'll talk you through how I did the cabochon afterwards, because there's not really a lot to it, believe it or not. And which is, it will be perfect for people that are new to wire work as well. So for the bracelet, I mean, I'm just using for demo purposes a shorter length, but I would say use about 60 centimetres, just over half a metre, and you need that ×4. And then just at one end, just so that you get all the wires together, you're just going to create a wrap loop, or any sort of loop, so if you're not sure how to do that. So I'm just putting the wires away from me, adjusting my pliers, and then putting all 4 wires back towards me. Again, adjusting my pliers, just so I've created a little loop. It doesn't have to be neat and perfect. We're just trying to bind all the wires together, just so that they don't try to escape and go anywhere. We're going to chop it off at the end anyway. Okay, so any sharp bits, just snip off, so that you don't stab yourself. Take a little bit more care at home, obviously. So now we've got these 4 wires, and what we want to do is we want to separate them out, to create like a cross shape, So you're going to put one towards you, one away from you, that way. Try and get positioned properly. And then one either side, So what I'm doing, you can see all the time, I'm constantly just straightening the wires out of my hands. It's so soft that, you know, it will be fine. You know, it's not going to harm your hands or anything. Okay, so now to start this weave off, I always start off by pushing the one that's away from me, facing away, back towards me. And then the opposite one back the other way. So you're literally just crisscrossing them. So you've done that one, okay? So now you've got to do the side ones. So again, one goes one direction and then it goes in the opposite direction. Okay, so you're back to where you were at the beginning, so you're in a cross shape. So just remember, each time you've done those 4 moves, you need to be back in this cross position, okay? Now, again, so I know that I need to cross the one that's furthest away, put it towards me. Again, you're going to go back away from you, and then you're going to do your sides ones. So I'm going to do that a few more times, and then I'll just... Really, if you put it down, it's just a little tip as well. How do I know where I was? Right. Okay, so I'm just going to do that move a few more times. So you're just swapping sides each time. That's all you're doing. Okay, and it's so soft that you know it will just kind of does it.
Does it matter? Is it important the order that you do it in? Does it have to be the same?
No,
every
as long
time?
as one goes towards you, one's away from you. You've done that direction first, and then you'll go obviously the side to side. Yeah. So you need to be consistent. So it's forward, back, side to side. Yeah. So to try and do it that way. Okay. So you just got to make sure that you're constantly doing that sort of crossover. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do it a few more times, and then I'll just. Other tips I'll give you is once it starts to build up, you can use your pliers to hold it because. You have to hold it quite tight and it can hurt your fingers a little bit. Okay. So what I would suggest is once you've got a small amount built up, you can just use your nylon pliers or your flat pliers just to hold it in place, okay? Just to build it up. And the other thing is, if you was to put this down, I don't know, if someone knocked on the door or something, pick it up and you think, oh, I can't remember where I was. Obviously, you know the top layer that's there, so you can see that they're going in that direction. You know you have to do the opposite. Right. Okay. So at the moment, I've got my wires going left and right. They're the last ones that went over. So I know that I need to get these wires. The wires that are towards me and facing away from me. These wires here. I know that they're going to be the ones that go over next. Okay. So you would continue that now until you get. 2 lengths that are going to be long enough to go around your wrist. Right. Okay.
How long does it take you to do that?
It took a while. I would say, I mean, bearing in mind I was stopping and starting this, I would say it would probably take you about an hour to do 2 long lengths. Yeah. Okay. But what I would suggest, once you start to get your length, it's a bit wonky at the moment. So what you need to do is you can use your nylon draw pliers. Okay, is just first of all just try and straighten out the wire a little bit, and once you've got it straightened out, you can sort of just start to drag the pliers along. Okay. Now I know some wire workers, some jewellery makers, you've got your lazy daisy and you've got the drawing plates. I don't see why you couldn't use that as well. So, you know, just if you have, you can use that. But the nylon jewel pliers are fine. So if you haven't got some, I'll definitely recommend getting them. To be honest, because they are really good with, especially with this soft wire. Yeah, definitely. But an essential with wire work anyway. Yeah. So you'll build up your length and try and just straighten it out as much as you can, and you'll get 2 of those lengths. Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm just going to quickly bring you this wire before we carry on. There's loads. Is that 50 metres on there? And it's your 1mm gauge. Ooh. Wow, wire workers heaven. Haven't seen this for over a month. 50 metres of your 1mm gauge. Now, if you're brand new to wire work, the gauge that I'm referring to is the thickness of the wire. Your 1mm being one of the thicker gauges that we do bring you here at Jewellery Maker as well. So that is great for any structural pieces if you're wanting to make, you know, adjustable bangles or rings or torque necklaces or anything like that. Whoops. Quite springy as well. You've got that kind of wearability there, that structure there for those designs. £9.95 for 50. Normally we would bring you 10 metres on a reel. That's 50 metres. Reels like this are like gold dust. They really are.
Go a long, long way.
That's incredible, isn't it? At £9.95. That works out to. Why can't I do this maths? Surely this must be easy, Ryan. 50 metres, £9.95. Nathalie, any No.
£2 per 10 metres, just short of, is it?
Yeah, 20p a metre. Well done, Natalie. Yeah, somebody that is good at maths at last. You can come back. WMPO 27 at 20 pence per metre. If you are just starting out and things go wrong, at just 20 pence a metre, you know, it's affordable kind of practicing, if you like, isn't it? If it goes wrong, it doesn't matter, does it? It's just a few pence that's going to go to waste. Just try again, because you're going to have loads left over with having a 50-metre reel there. WMPO 27 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. Lots of your multi-buying as well, and literally that's exactly what I would be doing. Saying that these reels are like gold dust, they are, because normally we bring you 10-metre reels. 50 metres at £9.95. There is no reason at all why you can't come in today and take 2 or take 3 of these if you want to, even more if you can. Hayley in West Midlands is back in. Ivy in Renfrewshire, Barbara in Gloucestershire, Angela in Cambridgeshire, you've got 2, Jennifer in County Antrim, Roseanne in Lanarkshire, Angela in Inverness, Terry Ray, David in Essex, Jenny Marie in West Midlands, Linda in Swansea, you're there as well, congratulations. Just make sure that you are checking out your baskets as soon as you can. That is so lustrous, that wire as well. You know, you can see these effects that you can build up, and twisting wires together as well. You know, just using your wire for purely wire design. You don't have to incorporate gemstones if you don't want to. You know, you can make the most beautiful pieces just using wire. You really, really can. Lots of tutorials over on YouTube as well. If you want any kind of inspiration of how to make particular things, it might be findings, you know, kind of jump rings, earring findings, anything like that. Just pop over to YouTube anytime you like. And lots of tutorials can be found over there. WMPO 27. Audrey, you've just got 2. Well done to you. Alice in Essex. Angela in Inverness, you've just checked out as well on the web. Well done to you. Still got quite a few in baskets. As soon as you can, get checking out. Quick message. David in Essex says, hi Natalie, you explain it so well. Love experimenting. That's the great thing as well, isn't it? You want, you know, like me, I always refer to the instructions that we have here, you know, kind of the Beaded instructions as lady instructions. Simple.
Yeah,
simple.
It's got to be simple.
Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah, nothing too complicated. Shall I do the zero on pliers quickly? Because we had a few messages about these. Natalie's there with her zero on pliers, and I have to say that these flush cutters in particular are great for the soft wire as well. They really are. Now, if you are somebody that already has some of the Xuron range in your stash, you will know how good. You can go onto FIFO anytime and have a look at reviews on these products, on any products in fact. There is just so much fantastic feedback about the Xuron range. It is a range that is built for the professional. It is a range that is made for precision, absolute precision. You'll notice that with all of the Xuron range, all of the tips are very, very fine on these as well. So it allows you to get into some very, very tight spaces. Say, for example, you know, if you're kind of, let's say you're doing a rosary link or a wrap loop with a featherweight head pin. You know, so you've used a featherweight head pin that's quite small, and you've got to get that cut as close as you can so that there's no bits sticking out on there. Flush cutters for things like that are just brilliant because it will allow you to get into some very, very tight spaces. They are the tapered heads on these, so again, that's going to allow you to get even closer to where you need to be. Never use these with memory wire because it will ruin them. They're great for the soft wire though, aren't they? Fantastic. Do you know we've only ever seen these at £25? We're going to do something naughty today. We want everybody to be able to get these. LKWB65 is your code for these. First ever price drop.
Wow.
£19 and 95 pence. 0800 644 655. Once you have used these, you'll never be able to go back. Everybody that ever has used the Xuron range has said exactly the same. You can't use anything else. And they are built for comfort as well. You've got a comfort grip on these as well. The spring action is great for anybody that suffers with dexterity problems. You're going to find that even if you're jewellery making all day, they're so great to work with. tools, because they are, again, great, and if you've got a multi-buy for classes and such, they're great as well. But if you are making jewellery to sell and you kind of feel that you're at that next level, get these home. 30-day money-back guarantee. LKWB65. I've got multi-buyers on these, and you know, you can, again, so many of our guest designers have a pair for the craft room, a pair for the craft bag, a pair just in case. Yeah,
never have enough.
Yeah, you can't, can you? One literally is not enough, because you can guarantee that when you're looking for those particular pliers, you can't find them. 0800 644 655, Barbara in Commandershire, Catherine in Lancashire, Lee in Cardiff, you've got 2, Miriam in Staffordshire, Neil in South Yorkshire, Colette in County Cork, Natasha in Angus, Belinda in Missouri, Edwina in Gwynedd, Linda in Swansea, Lillian in Yorkshire, you're there as well. Congratulations to you. LKWB65 is your code. Chris in Somerset, this is a review off FIFO, by the way. Very good customer service, friendly, helpful and professional. Jewellery Maker, that's us. Eric, who has bought this piece, says best I've ever used. There you go. And somebody else, Elizabeth in Bristol, who's bought these, my second pair. There you go. Fiona in Dumfries and Galloway, by far a better cut. There you go. That's what you want. You want precision. You want your finishes to just be perfect, don't you? Well done if you've managed to get those. Fantastic. Right, I should let you carry on, Nathalie.
Okay. So I'm obviously, you need 2 lengths of, as I mentioned before. So I'm going to make a mini bracelet. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use the cutters that we've just the zero cutters, just to cut the ends off. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now, so let's assume this is going to be for a really small person's arm, but. So I've cut these off now. I'm just going to straighten them out again with my nylon pliers. Okay. Okay. And you can see, do you mind passing the bracelet over? Sorry.
Of course.
Thank you. So you can see in the middle here of the bangle, I've like underneath the spinel, I've twisted. I've just give the central part of the bangle a little twist. So you'll work out where halfway is, and it literally is just one little twist like that. Okay, that's all it is. It's nothing, you know, nothing amazing. Okay, it's just that, just to, you know, so that you can get a slightly different effect. So done that there. Okay, so just try and separate them out again. Okay, and then what I've done then is I've got the spinel and I've channel set on either side. Okay, so we're going to do that first, and then at the end I'll show you how to wrap those on. Okay. So you'll need your, is it the 0.4 that's in the kit? So you'll need your 0.4 soft wire. So I've just grabbed the length of that. He only needs about, I don't know, about 20 centimetres or so. Okay, so you're going to anchor that on, and it just, you know, you won't really see this. It all just blends in really nicely, so it won't sort of stand out. So you can anchor it on by just simply doing a couple of wraps, okay? And then you're going to grab, if I just grab a couple of the spinels, you're going to grab your spinels. Try and sort them into size order if possible, because these are graduated. Yeah. So like, I can't see the hole now. Really need to get my eyes tested. Okay, so I'm just going to now channel set that in in between the 2 pieces of the, I'll call it, it really is like wired chain. I don't really know.
It is, isn't it?
It sort of looks like chain, but it's like it's really rigid. So you'll do that, let's go a bit tighter. So I'm just going to do a couple of wraps in between each. Go back up to the top set there, okay, and then grab another spinel. Okay, so I'll do a couple more, and then you'll get the idea. And what you need to do is you need to do that on either side of the loop you've just created. You can have as little or as many as you want. I think I've just used about 6. Okay, so it's your choice, but I'm just going to wrap a few more on. Okay. So I'll do 2 wraps, and then I'll go back up to the top again.
They're great, the rondelles for channel setting as well.
Oh yeah, and they're just so effective, you know. And you don't need to use. This is where the spinel, it just goes such a long way.
Yeah.
You don't actually need.
Well, you've used
a
hardly
lot.
any
Yeah,
of
I
the
know,
designs.
and it's just so effective as well.
Gorgeous.
Okay, so I've got those on, so you get the idea. So I think I've put 6 on each side.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just do one more, just so you can see how it all comes together, and then I'll just go to the central part, and then it's the finishing off. I'll show you how finished off, because I'd quite like to talk you through that if we've got time. The cabochon.
Okay.
So I'll do one more just to give you an idea. Obviously, spend a bit more time on it than I am at home, because I'm trying to whiz through. Okay, so that's it. So you'll go round again, up through the centre of the 2 sections of, we'll call it chain. Okay, so you can see now it's starting to build up. Okay, and you'll do that to how, you know, the desired amount of spinel that you want to add in. I've added in 6.
Yeah.
So you'll do that, and then you'll do that either side. So you'll repeat that on this side. Okay. So that's these 2 parts of your bracelet there. And now with the centre part, if I'll just snip off this bit of wire, you anchor on, again, using the 0.4 wire. You're just going to anchor that on by just wrapping around the central part, okay? And this is quite my sort of wire work, quite organic, where, you know, there's no sort of right or wrong way of doing this, and it's just how many spinel you want on there to get the desired look.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just used a cluster of about 7, I think, and I've just threaded it on. I've got a kink in my wire, so this is where you can just get your kink out with your nylon jaw pliers. Okay, let that drop down to the centre of the bracelet.
Okay.
And it is simple, it's just wrapping around. So I always do 1 or 2 wraps, get that nice and secure, and then I'm going to thread another spinel on.
Okay.
Okay, let that drop. And I'm just going to create a cluster, a small cluster in the centre. All right, so you get the idea.
Yeah.
So I'll do a few more.
I'm going to let you carry on with that if that's all right, Nathalie.
That's great.
I've been given, is this the strand?
Oh, look at it.
Right. Do you know, if these don't sell out in like a minute or 2, there's something wrong with our web feed. If I was sat where you are sat right now, I think I would be spending my weekly budget on this particular strand. 26 carats of tanzanite. These would work beautifully in this design, wouldn't they?
Oh, they really
Channel
look
setting
lovely,
them.
yeah.
Now, Nathalie, I'm just going to ask you, have you heard about the recent news of tanzanite and the tanzanite ban that's been put in place at the mine? This was literally happened a week ago.
No, I haven't actually. Heard about the ban.
Well, yeah. So this is something in the industry that has caused prices to go up yet again. We had the email last week. Basically, at this moment in time, there is no tanzanite coming out of the mine at all. There is a ban being put in place. No mining. So we know that there is nothing coming out of the ground right now. Not even the poor quality tanzanite. Nothing. This has caused prices to go up again. Everywhere. Pretty much. Apart from here. £14.95 for 26 carats of tanzanite. 2x1 to 5x2. I'm not looking. I'm just not doing this. I'm not happy to do this.
That's ridiculous.
£8. They're not nuggets. They're not nuggets. They are not pale in colour. Oh my gosh, we're at £8.95. We've been saying for years here at Jewellery Maker, do you know what? Do you know what? Yeah, now it's time to buy tanzanite. We've been saying it for ages. Now.
Now really is the time.
Now now. And do you know what? We're only ever going to be reiterating this even more as time goes by, because we could get the email next week to say that actually that's it, mine depleted, no more. In fact, we won't get it next week because there's actually nothing coming out in the mine at the moment. Oh my gosh, that is shockingly low. I've got people buying 4s, 2s, 3s. I've got 20 left. That is it. They are flying out of the door. DN, ND, 81. They're not, look how many there are on this strand. There's absolutely loads of tanzanite that you've got there. That is 26 carats. I can see so many pinks from up here as well.
Pink.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? Beautiful. $8.95.
It's a crime.
That for me, that is making it affordable for everybody, isn't it? You know, that's not going to happen ever again, I don't think.
I've never seen it go that low.
I don't know why we've done that. I have no idea. I'd just be checking out. I'd be multi-buying as soon as you can. They're nearly gone, and I've got probably about 17 baskets right now. Hilda, Carolyn, Elizabeth, Jenny, Suzanne, Marilyn, Shazza, Collector, Tarrant. There's just, I'm sorry if you missed out on that. Wow.
Really is wow.
That's phenomenal. I'm going to bring you the wax Wycomb. As well, real quickly. This is the mini wax Wycomb that you've got here. It was actually a gentleman that invented this. He's got a wife and a daughter that made jewellery and thought, you know what, I'm going to make something that makes life so much easier for them. And then we had the wax Wycomb. This just gives you, the mini in particular, gives you fantastic bead caps for your jewellery. It really, really does. Have you got one of these, Nathalie?
I have.
Would you like to demonstrate it for me, just so we can see?
Oh, okay.
You can use, I think, up to your, is it your 0.8 or your 1mm gauge on that one, I think?
Yeah, I reckon you probably
what one's
get
that you've got there?
I
Is it your
think this is 0.6.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find a thicker bit, just to see where it'll go.
It will give you, basically, you know, you can use a lot of mandrels to kind of create that cone shape, but this was designed so that you had that consistency and that perfect finish in your cones, basically. But the mini is great for the bead caps, I think.
Yeah, I haven't done this in ages, but I'll just demonstrate. So you've got a hole in the top of the, what would you call it? The cone.
Yeah.
The cone there. Okay, and it does actually take up to a 1mm. So yeah, okay.
Excellent.
So, but this soft wire is lovely if you
Brilliant
want.
for that, isn't it?
So you here, I think if you create like a little loop.
Yeah.
Just so you've got something
just to stop it coming out.
Yeah, just to stop it from coming out.
And you don't have to worry about that either, because you do end up cutting that off. So it doesn't have
it just
to
makes
be
it a little bit
perfect.
easier.
Yeah.
And then let's just straighten this out. I've just kinked it. Bear with me. And then what you'll do is you'll hold your wire, and all you do in this wood, it's so the handle's lovely, is you're just going to twist the wax wire cone, and you can see that's just starting to build up there. Okay. It
just gives you that perfect cone, doesn't it?
So if you just sort of build it up. You can go the whole way down, or you know, it depends how big you want it. This is really great for, you know, like Hema and things like that.
Finishing the ends,
especially if you've got like multiple strands of something that need to be hidden. Okay. So you'll do that all the way, you know, until you get the desired length.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this bit here, I should have cut off at the beginning, is. This is where I always seem to go wrong. I tell you, who's the best at this I've seen is Mark.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's got this real super duper knack.
Nailed.
Yeah. So you'll just cut. Oh, just cut that off on either side.
And that's perfect. Then. So you could put your tassels in there, couldn't you, if you wanted to? A couple of tassels through there if you wanted to. Any of your cord endings you could pop it in there as well. They're fab. They just finish pieces off so nicely,
really
don't they?
But that's probably that's a great size. There.
Yeah. 0800 644 655, or on the web today at JewelleryMaker.com. Sally in Nebraska, are there different sizes of wax wire cone tools? There's a mini, a midi, and a maxi. So your maxi is going to be the longer length that it would give you. And again, you know, they're all great for so many different things, but the mini in particular, just great for bead caps, you know, popping your tassels and your cord endings on there as well. But if you get the larger sizes as well, Sally, you know, you can do all sorts of things with them as well. They're great, they really are. But again, you know, it's something that, time is money as a jewellery maker, and this for me, it's a tool that just allows you to do that very, very quickly, but you know you're going to get it right. You know, it's going to be perfect every time.
As well.
Exactly.
And that, you know, is especially if you're selling, you get that consistency on both ends.
Well done if you've managed to get that. ZXWG51 is your code for that one. Well done if you've got that. Excellent. Okay, Nathalie.
Right. Okay. So we've channel sets. So you do that on both sides. We've wrapped a cluster of beads into the central part of the bangle, okay? So once you've done that, we're just going to lose the excess wires. So what I tend to do around the back is I won't cut it flush, I'll cut it and leave about maybe a centimetre, and then I'll coil these wires in, and that just sort of prevents there being any sort of sharp bit. So you'll coil it in, let me just lose that little sharp cheeky bit there. Hiding, and do the same. So I'm just going to coil it in with my round nose pliers, and that's literally just flatten those in there, and it just gets rid of any sharp bits, okay? Just make sure you're happy that it's not going to be scratchy against the skin. So just gently run your fingers over there, okay? So now, really, we've covered how to make the chain-like structure of the bracelet. We've covered the channel setting, so you would do that either side, and we've covered the central part. So now, to finish it off, we're just going to use some cord ends. Okay. You could use like a wax wire comb, but you'd probably need the other size for this particular bracelet. Okay.
So that's literally just your ribbon ends that you
so these are the ribbon ends. Okay. So I'll just demonstrate on one end, and it's just going to be repeating on the same side. So what you need to do is squish your ends a little bit, just to make them a bit flat and to a little point. Okay. And then you're going to get your ribbon end, but you've got to make sure you're putting it the right way round. So that when you're wearing the bracelet, you haven't got it the fold. You don't want to see the fold. You want the folds to be facing towards your skin. So you'll get that in place. Okay. So it's a little bit fiddly at first. And then you'll try and get both wires in, okay? And just take your time with this, especially if you've not done it before. I always tend to just, first of all, just get them moving by just squishing very gently both of them inwards. Then what you want to do is do one side at a time, okay? But just take your time. I tend to just do it really slowly, working along, and fold down. Ideally, you want to try and use your nylons as well. Okay, and then you'll just flip over and fold down the other side. Because it take a bit more time. Oh, this now has come out, typical.
Don't worry, you spend more time at home as well, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, let me do another one. Live TV. I've got really hot hands as well, which is not helping. So, flatten down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. My hands are so hot, it's really not helping the wire, I'm sorry. And then you'll flatten the other side. I do apologise.
That's all right, no worries.
My hands are literally
We get
so
the
hot.
idea.
So you finish off with your cord ends, okay? And then you'll you'll do your jump rings and your clasp, okay? So that's literally the bangle.
That's gorgeous, gorgeous design. We have 10 jadeite. This is going to be on and gone. 50 carats, 4mm rounds. It's jadeite. It's always on and gone. AVGP 75 at just £17.95. It's the only jadeite I have for you in today's show. I've only got 10 as well, last of stock. Put it with your angelite as well, your beautiful soft pinks, maybe your lavender opal as well. That would look stunning, wouldn't it? It is fastest fingers first on this auction. 0800 644 655, all on the web today at JewelleryMaker.com. Last of stock jadeite, last of stock for you today at just £17.95. Christine in Essex, Terry Ray in Greater London, Dawn in Cheshire, Jennifer in County Antrim, you're there as well. I've got telephone bidders on the phone lines right now. Confirm, confirm, confirm. If you've got it in your basket, please don't sit there for a long time with it in your basket. It's going to be gone very, very quickly. In fact, we're now over allocated. More of you there than have quantity available. Coming up for you after the break, I have your deal of the day. It is a huge bundle. When I say huge, I mean 600 metres of wire. You'd be crazy not to come in for this deal of the day today, I tell you. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes' time for your deal of the day and some more crazy deals.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Then head over to our website and check out our Get Started page. Watch the welcome message from presenter Carol and find out all about Jewellery Maker. Watch one of our easy to follow tutorials where our guest designers will teach you the basics and give you the confidence to start making earrings, bracelets and necklaces. If you prefer to simply have a go, then check out our starter kits. They contain everything you need, including instructions, tools, gemstones and clasps, allowing you to create your very first jewellery pieces. You can either watch the video tutorial or follow the step-by-step instructions to give you plenty of inspiration. We also have an array of beginners workshops that you can attend here at our studios and join our experienced designers and get a taste for this fabulous hobby. We will guide you through the basics to get you started making your own beautiful jewellery. Everyone is welcome in the jewellery making family, so start your jewellery making journey today.
Join guest designer Mark Smith for our introduction to paracord DVD. This DVD will talk you through the various steps on melting and splicing, the paracord jig, back-to-back bracelets, non-clip bracelets and snake knot bracelets. Get the inspiration and help you need to create your very own handmade jewellery. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Spinel is a historically important gemstone. It is often located in the same gravel beds as things like corundum, so your rubies and sapphires. Because it comes in the same colours, blues and reds, it's often mistaken as a sapphire. Now, this isn't to the detriment of Spinel itself. It has its own important qualities such as great RI, so it's very, very reflective, and great dispersion as well. So it shows a lot of fire as the light hits the stone. From a historical point of view, one of the main important spinels actually sits in the crown jewels, and this was for a long time believed to be a ruby, but recent gemological testing has found the Princess Ruby is actually a spinel.
Did you know that Jewellery Maker's phone number is free from a UK landline? Now you can spend those extra pennies on more shopping.
Good afternoon, welcome back to Jewellery Maker. It's time for your deal of the day. This takes place 3 times a day, only if the quantity remains, because more often than not we find that things will sell out on the morning show and then we don't have anything on the mid show, and then the poor late show. Do you know what? We've got the last 128 chances. That's all we have left for the deal of the day. So if they all go now, there'll be nothing later on tonight. The wire bundle that you have here is phenomenal. We could get all the way to Narnia with what we have here. I'm telling you, 600 meters of your rose gold plated wire. Wow. There is so much. I was told it was 600 metres. No, Phil just said there's not 600 metres there. He's going to double check for us. I'm going to tell you exactly what I have here. I have your 1.5 millimetre gauge. 1.5 mil, one of the thickest gauges, if not the thickest gauge that we bring you here at Jewellery Maker. For torque necklaces, this would be perfect. Adjustable bangles, perfect. There is 10 metres in total there, and rose gold at the moment, so on trend. It's probably the colour of the season, isn't it, your rose gold? You know, in your ladies' pieces, in your gents' pieces as well. Check out the lustre that you have there. That is just beautiful. And let's remember that this is rose gold plated. I mean, there's a lot, if you think about all of this wire that you've got here, that's a lot of rose gold that's being used in this, isn't it? A heck of a lot of gold there. That is your 1.5mm gauge, 10 metres. You then have your 1mm gauge, again, slightly smaller in your thickness there, and your 1mm gauge, again, 10 metres. So that's got great for your structural pieces, rings and stuff like that. This is brilliant for as well. You have 100 metres of 0.4. 100 metres of your 0.4mm gauge. Again, gold dust. For wire workers, you'll know already that actually with 0.4, when it comes to 0.4, you use so much of it. So much. I know so many guest designers that will be coming in for this bundle today if they haven't got it already. Your 0.4mm gauge, 100 metres, gold dust, I'm in already. 100 metres of your 0.25 as well. Great for weaving. Fantastic for weaving there. So your 0.25, your 0.4, absolute must-haves. You've got your 0.8mm gauge, 10 metres of your 0.8mm gauge there as well, and you've got 10 metres of your 0.6. So we have your 0.25, your 0.4, your 0.6, your 0.8, your 1mm gauge, and your 1.5mm gauge. On the web it says 600 metres. It's actually 240 metres. 240 metres. You could be making something just like this. Just like this. Isn't this gorgeous? Wedding design, beautiful. Gorgeous. Adjustable bangle here, fantastic. 0800 644 655. That's, whoa. £19.95. Should have been £48.70 today. £19.95, that is 8 pence per metre for wire. To get this colour as well, Natalie, it's so on trend at the moment, isn't it?
Beautiful. And I think, you know, you can mix it. Imagine if you twisted that with some of your silver or your gold that you've already got in your stash.
That would look fabulous, wouldn't it?
It's just lovely.
It's incredibly luxurious, isn't it, rose gold? It really is. If you have a look at gents pieces at the moment, you know, your ladies designs as well, it's all about the rose gold. It's incredibly warming as well, and it's actually the presence of copper that is put into your rose gold that gives you that gorgeous, gorgeous hue there. It is so, so feminine. Loads of you multi-buying as well. A huge, huge congratulations. I really hope there's just one bundle left for me when I come off air today, because, you know, if you are a crafter as well, this season, that is going to be the most popular, I'm sure of it, on your craft stalls. It's always great to have that option as well. You know, if you are somebody that sells your jewellery on, somebody comes up to you and kind of sees a design and says, oh, do you know what, I really like that design, but actually, if you had that in rose gold, do you know what? No worries, I can change it. I can make you another one if you want me to. I've got plenty of rose gold wire. I can make you that, no problem at all. Having all of these different coloured options, you know, gold and silver tend to be some of the most popular, but this season it's all about the colour that you have here. Get this home, get this into your stash. 0800 644 655, absolutely tons and tons of you. I don't think there's going to be any of you coming back late for this, because I don't think there's going to be any left. I've got Rachel and Teapot in Oxfordshire. Rachel and Teapot in Oxfordshire. Wow. £19.95. Jennifer, well done. Diane, Barbara, Sandra, Janice, Jane, Rachel, Val, Patricia, Collecting Greater Manchester, Lorna, well done, Rosemary, Sue, Shirley, Helen, Maura, Francois, Pamela, Jean, Sheila, Lorna, Keith, Bethan, well done, you've got 2, congratulations, Karen, David, Pat, Lynn, Catherine, Gillian, Lillian, Jill, Yvonne, Terry, Ray, Brenda, you've just got yours, Angelique, you're there. Keep coming through on those telephone lines, 0800 644 655. Do you know, there's so much wire in this piece, but actually, I bet our guest designer Sandra budding beader Sandra had absolutely loads and loads of wire left after making this design. That is just one piece that you could be making, and that's just wire as well. When you think about wire, and I was saying this earlier on, whatever medium you work in, you will need wire at some point. You know, if it's to make, you could make yourself some chain, take your 0.6, make yourself some findings, make yourself some jump rings, lobster claw fastenings, sorry, not lobster claw fastenings, toggle fastenings with that as well. You can make yourself so much with these as well. You're weaving with rose gold as well. Oh, I've got to get one of these today. QFGC24 is your code for these. Look at all of that wire. Isn't that fantastic? Have you ever done just wire work designs, Natalie? No gemstones, kind of?
I have, yeah. I've made quite a statement sort of hairband.
Oh wow!
With sort of a structural piece.
Yeah.
On it, so yeah,
it's great having these thicker gauges. I think 1.5 is the biggest gauge that we bring you here at Jewellery Maker. I don't think I've personally seen a gauge that is any bigger than that. You know, your 1.5, you just literally take, I don't know, a 16-inch length of that, maybe not even 16 inches, maybe 14 inches. For a torque necklace, that would look beautiful. I'm just going to see if I can pop some of this off. Do be careful because it is very springy. You've got that memory in there, so it is quite springy. But just taking kind of, yeah, you don't need kind of about, I don't know, 14 inches, something like that for a torque necklace. Looks so feminine. You could make yourself, you know, a polymer clay pendant and pop that on there. You could do a white, oh, can you imagine, Natalie? You know the shells, cabochons in the kit? One of those wrapped with the rose gold and just popped onto a torque necklace. Oh, that would look so nice. Customer says, hi Jen, I'm new to wire in jewellery. What tools should I buy to start? Thank you. Welcome to Jewellery Maker first off. There are quite a few tools that you will need to get you started, such as cutters, round nose pliers, your chain nose pliers for opening and closing jump rings. Do I have the booklet here, the Getting Started booklet? I've got the DVD. Here. Let's see, I'm just going to try and put that down without it springing off. Have I got the booklet and all of this paperwork? Birthday issue. I've got lots of hubs in there. Oh, hang on a minute. Is that it? Yes, it is. No, that's not it. Brilliant. Is this one it? No. Right. Here's the DVD. Anyway, so you'll get your DVD and you'll get your booklet. Now, in that booklet, it's going to give you a list of essential tools that you'll need to get started. And it will also show you how to make things like bracelets, necklaces and earrings. You know, starting off from the basics, and it's going to tell you the essential tools that you're going to need, essential threading materials, gemstone information in there as well. On your DVD, you've got an introduction to the essential toolkit. You've got an introduction to findings and threading materials, how to make earrings, bracelets and necklaces, and some Jewellery Maker information on there. So you will get that with your very first order. So if you come in and get the wire today, that's a great place to start. And my goodness me, if you come in and get this bundle, that's going to last you a long time as well. So you'll get that DVD, which is brilliant, and the booklet there. And then you can shop with us on the web anytime you like, see if there's anything available on the web tool-wise. But also, if you tune in live, you get your discount codes as well. So you find you get discount prices, and you can build your stash up. Kits are a great place to start as well, for gemstones and findings and things like that, and wire. Come in and get your kits as well, because we save you even more then. 0800 644 655. If you've got any more questions, 60777. Start your message with the word JM Studio. From your dealer today to a stop by. Oh, hello. 3 meters of 925 sterling silver chain. This is fabulous. Do you know, I have been kind of unfortunately here. Whenever I've bought you 925 sterling silver chain, I've been waiting for a 3 meter reel of 925 chain for, I can't tell you how long, absolutely ages. It's great to always kind of have this thing in your stash, I think. A lot of people won't compromise with their metals, especially when it comes to, you know, kind of gemstones like your tanzanite and your diamonds, you know, anything like that, pearls. It's got to be 95. Bridal designs as well, you know, it's got to be 95. This is a 3 meter length of chain. This is heavy as well. The links in this, 22 grams of 925 sterling silver. That is a 3 meter length on that reel you have there. So it could be that you sell this by the inch on your craft stall if you wanted to. You could, you know, kind of ask your customer, what's your preference? Would you, you know, depends, you know, kind of what you're wearing it with as well, I guess, a lot of the time. But I have to say, my tendency a lot of the time is to go for the 30-inch length chain. So I like a really long chain, that huge cabochon, on the bottom, either wire wrapped there, you know, kind of bezel set into silver, whatever it may be. That's my preference. Or it could be that, do you know what, actually, I'm just going to treat myself today. And I'm going to take that 3 meter length and I'm going to make myself the most lavish sterling silver necklace. And I'm just going to literally layer that. Look at that. Look at that. Doesn't that look stunning? Check out the luster as well. You could do that. You could do that. Get this 3 meter length home and just take a huge amount of it for yourself. And then perhaps, you know, sell the meter on, the last meter that you've got left, sell that on, and get your money back for the entire 3 meters. 1 millimeter in size those links are. So you could quite easily get your featherweight head pins through there. You could, I think you could get your normal head pins through there as well, and attach, you know, charms to this. If it was in a bracelet, you could quite easily attach anything to that if you wanted to. UDVV97 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. When we think about 925 sterling silver chain on the high street, last time I looked, 16-inch necklace was £19.95. £19.95. That's a really good price tag for a 925 sterling silver necklace. So that's 925 sterling silver, 16 inches, 1995. Now with this that you have here, 3 meters, you could get 6 16-inch chains and 3 7-inch bracelets. So that's 6 16-inch necklaces and 3 7-inch bracelets. We're at £29.95 for 3 meters. So break that down, that's £10 a metre, getting 3 pieces out of 1 metre, £3.30 something per piece of jewellery. Oh, for 925 solid sterling silver, that is incredible. As always with our chains here at Jewellery Maker, I'm always saying, just look at the quality. When you get it home, check out the links, the size of the links. You can see that that is well made. You can see the strength in that chain. That could take quite a lot of weight, that chain as well. If you wanted to pop, you know, a really big cabochon, really big design on there, you know that that's not going to break. It's very, very secure. You've got 925 sterling silver, which is a very, very durable precious metal, 92.5% pure silver you've got there. Loads and loads of these in baskets right now. 3 meters at £29.95. In fact, if you're on the web right now, just open up a new tab. Open up a new tab and see what kind of prices you could be paying for a 16-inch 925 Rolo chain. Just have a look. Loads of these in baskets right now. It's fastest fingers first. This will be a sellout. I think we only started with 30 and over half of the stock has gone already. Lynn in 5, Teresa, Beth and Miriam, Linda, Valerie, Edwina, Sandra in Cambridgeshire, Susan in Derbyshire, you've just checked out. Congratulations to you. Have this in your stash at home. You just never know when you're going to need it, do you? You really, really don't. For those special designs, commissions as well, bridal commissions, bracelets, anklets. Just, you know, even yesterday, and I'm always saying it, with lots of designs, had some little rose spacers on, 95 rose spacers, and I said then just one of them with chain either side in a bracelet design. That delicate look, very, very much on trend at the moment. It really is. So you could just literally take 7-inch lengths. In fact, Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could get 15 bracelets out of all of this chain. 15.95 sterling silver bracelets, and I would still have some left over. So I could you're probably looking at between 15 and 18 bracelets, maybe a little bit left over to make earrings with that if you wanted to. 0800 644 655 UDVV 97. Sarah in Suffolk says, to start wire work, I'd suggest cutters, preferably flush. Those side cutters work too. Round and chain nose pliers, nylon jaw pliers, and a hammer. Good to go. Brilliant. And Sarah in Suffolk says, but be warned, it's addictive, and you'll soon want more and more. You see, it is though, isn't it? But this is a great thing, again, here at Jewellery Maker. We make it so affordable for you to not just start your hobby, but to keep that hobby up as well. You know, a lot of the times when you kind of start these hobbies, you'll find that actually to start it, it just costs £5. But then actually next time round, it costs 50. You know, it's, you know, the kind of magazine thing, issue-y things that they do for gardeners and crafters and stuff like that as well. Find out with those. £29.95. Last few chances remaining now. 0800 644 655. Silver prices are going through the roof at the moment. That's an incredible deal. I think I might get that one if there's any left. Right, I've got some of, this chain. Now, we were saying earlier on that, you know, as crafters, you're always kind of thinking forward, you know, to particular times of the year. That might be Christmas or Valentine's Day. Yeah, Valentine's, February. Quite a way off yet. But, you know, this chain, it doesn't just have to be Valentine's Day, does it? No, just because. Look at those little heart links that you've got there. That is so romantic. Really, really pretty. You've got your heart links there, 3x4mm in size in your red chain. How fun is that as well? Again, with the school holidays, summer holidays, long holidays, fast approaching, something that's well worth getting into your stash. It really, really is. Festival season as well, which is upon us at the moment. That'd be great for that as well. 0800 644 655. You've got 10 metres there. 10 metres. So if we break that down again, 10 metres, you can get 20 16-inch necklaces and 10 7-inch bracelets or anklets with that. Again, you know, you've got 10 metres, why not go to town? Just take that layer, you know, take a couple of metres, go for that layered up look with this as well. With those links being so sizable, you could get lots through those. I mean, your threading materials, you could weave through there. You could use some other gemstones, couldn't you? You know, you could weave gemstones through that chain if you wanted to as well. I mean, with 10 metres, you could embellish stuff to your heart's content, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could plait it to make a thicker sort of statement chain.
That's a good idea.
You know, you could use it in home decoration. I definitely would. I think that would definitely be going on the Christmas tree somewhere and, you know, hanging the cards up and stuff like that as well. Just lovely, layer up, make a really massive sort of multi-strand bracelet.
I mean, 10
so
metres.
much you can do. Mix it up with your other coloured chains as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. In fact, we have had this particular chain in the blue colour, and I think the antique bronze as well, actually. So yeah, layer it up, different colours, make your designs really, really fun. Only got 26 chances left. 0800 644 655 DHPO 53 at just £11.95. That works out to like £1 something a metre. That's like pennies per piece of jewellery, isn't it? That is just incredible, incredible value. Again, having this option of your craft stall, on your craft stall even, and just selling this by the inch for necklaces and bracelet designs. Embellish your handbags with this. Earrings. Now that would be great, wouldn't it? Different lengths of chain in your earrings. They would be really, really fun. Hayley in the West Midlands, Collect It in Greater Manchester, Amanda, Dorothy May, Anne in Tyne and Weir, you're there as well. I've got some of the, one of the black nappers. The black leather nappers, the painted one. Oh, wow. That would look, just embellishing. Layers and layers of chain on that. Would look gorgeous, wouldn't it? Well done, Amanda. You've got yours. Dorothy May, you've got yours. Anne in Tyne and Weir, Shah in Falkirk, you're there as well. Tina, well done. Gail, you're there. Miriam, you've just joined me. And Sandra, you're there. Congratulations to you. Collect It in Leicestershire. 0800 644 655 Webbers as soon as you can. Check out your basket. Look at that colour. Gorgeous. Oh.
Wow.
Do you know, we never see the shape. How many do we have, Phil? Oh, only 8 chances. Fastest fingers first, go. Go, 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 go. Only 8 chances left. $9.95. Your abalone fans. 20 by 80 millimeters in size. Look at the luster and the pearlescence. That iridescence is phenomenal, isn't it? These sit together beautifully, don't they? You can make beautiful circular shapes with these fans. In fact, you know what? I'm just thinking, because these, if I put them down, you can see that they've got that curvature to them as well. You can see when they're sat onto the desk. Maybe putting some of these together, fitting them together, and then just having a pearl in the centre, so it'd be like the mollusk kind of holding that pearl in there.
Nice butterfly or something like
that.
Oh yeah, really nice because of the way they're curved.
That'd be stunning, wouldn't it? And they're double-sided as well, so there's no reason why you can't pop these into earrings. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22 in total there. 0800 644 655. Please don't hesitate in dialing in. Again, I know the quantity is low, but if you don't try, you will never know. Coldplay again. Yeah. There you go. Never try, never know just what you are. Sorry. RC GP £36.95, clearing the vault for the last few chances there. I would be very, very quick. 0800 644 655. I've got about 15 in baskets now and only 5 chances available for you to come in. Add to your order, no extra cost on your postage and packaging. Well done. We'll let you fight the last few out there. Right. Oh, brand new pyrite. Look at these. Oh, what is wrong with me today? Look at these. These are beautiful, beautiful drops. Pyrite drops you've got here. Pyrite is one of those gemstones I love. It's a party gemstone. It's very much like your hematite, isn't it? Pyrite has been used for centuries in jewellery. It's incredibly lustrous. Again, like hematite, it's very, very weighty. So if you are wearing pyrite, you certainly know that you're wearing it. You've got 180 carats of your top drilled puffy pairs, faceted beautifully as well. They're just going to give you the most incredible, incredible luster in your designs, aren't they? Even as earrings, simple earrings again. Just having a couple of these long drops. How red carpet would they look?
Looking on that chain there, the silver chain, sterling silver. Imagine just one at the end. It would just be so gorgeous, dangly and gorgeous.
And that is all you would need, really. You know, if you want to make these go as far as you possibly can, that is all you would need. Just one of these, maybe on a pendant or a couple of them in earrings. Shape of these as well lends themselves beautifully to flowers, don't they? In a similar design to a design that you did in the bracelet. Yeah. With the hematite, you could do something like that, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
And just kind of cluster these together as petals. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Approximately 33 gemstones, brand new, at just £6.95 for you. QIGP40 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. You can add these into any design, can't you? Do you know, I've got a multi-buy because I really, really like this strand just as it is. Just simply restrand that as it is, perhaps pop some spacers. Do you know what? I think I might go for microfaceted black spinel. Spacers, maybe 3 in between each of the gemstones, so even more sparkle, even more luster in there as well. And then just restranding your 180 carats of pyrite into a necklace design. Very, very red carpet, very, very glamorous. And then you could have another strand, couldn't you? And kind of make earrings with that. But again, just think about what kind of prices you would be putting on a pair of earrings. Pair of earrings, you know, silver-plated wire, if you like, silver-plated findings. Would you sell them for less than £7? I don't think I would. I think I'd kind of go around the £8 mark for a pair of pyrite earrings, actually. So one pair of earrings, I'd have my money back on the entire strand. Quids in. QIGP40. It might be that it isn't a business for you, actually, and you're not somebody that does sell on your jewellery. But, you know, perhaps you're thinking about making earrings. I don't know, there's a good kind of 15 pairs of earrings in this strand. That's 15 gifts. How much money do you spend, you know, on buying birthday presents and Christmas presents and things like that? Because I know that I spend, gosh, well, you know, if you break it down to Christmas, a lot of us spend hundreds of pounds at Christmas. You know, there's potentially 15 gifts there at £6.95. Phenomenal value. QIGP40, brand new strand. Well done if you've managed to get those. Beautiful. Can I do these bars? Yeah, I love these. Do you know, any of the graduated bars I love anyway. These, I've never ever seen them before. Look at these. They've got green in them. Aren't these gorgeous? 80 carats of your dyed green and black agate. These are fabulous. And your layout bars, really popular. Really popular here at Jewellery Maker. So many of you love to leave them just as they are and kind of leave them graduated. Wire wrap these to one of our necklace collars, you know, like the smaller size necklace collars that we have. Just wire wrap them, graduate them, maybe some space beads in between, entirely up to you. Or you can kind of take the two smaller ones from the outside, have that as a pair of earrings, and then, you know, get your pairs of earrings, pendant in the centre there if you wanted to. You could actually make these go really far. They've got that gorgeous Zambian green hue that I love. 11 by 6 to 30 by 8 millimetres. £7.95. How good is that price tag? Already you are checking out at that price. Guess what? We're not staying there. £3.95. That's like, try us out price tag. Maybe you're shopping with us for the first time today, just dipping your toes maybe, wondering what you can come in for. I would definitely be coming in for these. £3.95.
That's crazy.
That is, I mean, Phil just said actually, it was like, I bet you can't cut that gemstone for that price. No. I don't think you can. 80 carat is a massive carat. I think these would be great in gents jewellery as well, Natalie, wouldn't they? Because of the colours that you've got there.
Yeah, definitely.
Pop one of these maybe onto some kind of, you know, leatherette cord or any of these threading materials actually. I don't know, I'm thinking rings now because I love green so much. Maybe just popping one of these into a ring design.
Someone's obviously made this, but even if you separate them out, just gives you an idea.
Yeah, and just kind of make earrings with that or popping that onto pens.
I know it's not the same gemstone, but it's just the same sort of
similar,
idea.
Yeah, from one of the layout bars, you could do that as well, couldn't you? So, you know, kind of popping that onto an earring finding. You could have that in an earring, you could have that on a pendant if you wanted to. No reason why you can't do that with every single one of these gemstones. There are 13 pieces in total on this strand, and we're at £3.95. That is pennies per gemstone. Pennies per gemstone for the real deal you've got there as well. Beverly in Cambridgeshire, Irene in Bristol, Amina, well done. Leslie, Alice, Teresa, Bethan, you're back in. Barbara, well done. Hudson in West Lothian. Carol in Lancashire, you've got yours as well. 0800 644 655. They're so vivid as well. Gorgeous. Right, have a look at these. Oh, look how many I've got as well. Have I got 10? Wow, 10 of these. Little work for me. Jump ring, chain, job done. Job done. Aren't they pretty? Silver plated. Phil just said, you know, they are really shiny. That's because they're silver plated. Silver is the most lustrous of all of your precious metals. So even when it's not solid sterling silver, but just silver plated, you know, you've got the luster of 925 solid sterling silver. You've got the look, of course, but you don't have the price tag of solid 925 sterling silver. 29 millimeters in size. You've got 10 pieces here. That could be 10 pendants, couldn't it? That could be 5 pairs of, I mean, as earrings, they would look phenomenal. They've always got kind of like that dream catcher look about them, haven't they? Because of the filigree work here, you could take your wire, your 0.4, your 0.25, you could weave your smaller gemstones. You know, you've kind of got this vine design going on, haven't you? You know, so perhaps weaving some of your peridot, your green hues, and then perhaps some, you know, really sumptuous garnets in there as well. Go for the floral look if you wanted to. You could go for the kind of Art Deco look. Maybe get one of your smaller pearls and just hang the pearl in the centre there, and then maybe embellish this with black spinel, and that would give you such an Art Deco look. That is 89 pence per component. 89 pence per component. I'm going to hold that up if I can, without getting my fingers and thumbs in the way of wear. I mean, you can see from there, you know, the size of this finding. I think these would be great as earrings, wouldn't they? Even just as they are, statement pieces. But then if you get all of these home, you know, you could make a couple of pendants, couldn't you? In fact, you could have the pendant and the earrings matching set. And use your favourite gemstones as well. ZEDL 52 is your code for these. 0800 644 655. Your resin as well, you know, if you're somebody that works with resin, there's no reason why you couldn't use your resin in these if you wanted to as well. Possibilities are endless. What would you do with them? Is there anything different you'd do, Natalie?
I think I'd like to have a go, maybe putting 2 together, but caging something in between them. Ooh. I don't know how to. You could probably dome them as well, couldn't you?
You could, yeah. There's no reason why you couldn't use your dapping block on these and kind of dome them in some way.
They'd dome them so that, you know, they're the opposites one, and then try and cage something in. Try and do something a little bit different.
You could put a pearl in the middle, couldn't you? And then kind of use your dapping block and kind of dome them together. That would look really pretty. And again, you could do that 5 times over because you've got 10 pieces there. ZEDL 52 is your code for these at £8.95. That works out to just 89 pence per component. Patricia? In Northamptonshire, you've got yours. Catherine in Lanarkshire, Sue in Greater London, Teresa in Cambridgeshire, Lavinia in Greater London, Linda in Swansea, Collector in Greater Manchester, Marilyn, Hayley in Cornwall, Margaret in Gwent, Em in Northamptonshire, Shirley in Sussex. You've managed to get yours. Well done. Just make sure you're checking out for those. They're great, they are. Love them. Do you know, I don't think I've had amethyst for a couple of days. I really haven't seen much amethyst lately, and it's a gemstone that is incredibly popular here at Jewellery Maker. It's one of those, isn't it, that is instantly recognisable. For all of our new bidders, all of our regular bidders here at Jewellery Maker as well, it's always a popular choice. It really is. Birthstone jewellery, if you are making your birthstone jewellery, is the birthstone for February, so you will need to have this in your stash. In fact, birthstone weekend, this weekend, it just so happens that diamonds falls into our show. Oh no. We've got a diamond kit. When I say limited edition, I mean 30. Very limited edition. And we've got a strand of faceted blue diamonds in it. It's going to be big. And pink diamonds, I believe, as well. Coming up as your dealer today on Saturday. Lavender amethyst, 160 carats, faceted beautifully. Look at the sparkle you get from these. These are not 8mm rounds. These are huge. These are not 8mm rounds. They're a good 12mm rounds. Right. Okay, is there any left? Oh, okay. 925 sterling silver chain. There's still some left. Still some left. How many do I have? 10. 3 metres. I've got 11 in baskets. Hayley in Cornwall, Angela in Staffordshire, Em in Northamptonshire, Bethan, you're there, Miriam, Linda, Valerie, Edwina, Sandra, Collector in Bedfordshire. You can only do it by checking out, and I've got the last 10 chances. Now, do bear in mind, that the mid-show is replayed throughout the night here at Jewellery Maker. So for people that perhaps are night owls and perhaps work, you know, kind of evening shifts, get home late at night and then tune in when they get home, they'll be coming in then. So if you've got something in your basket now and they dial in later, it'll disappear from your basket. I really don't want that to happen because this deal is too good to miss. £10 per metre, just £10 per metre. £10 for a metre. I'm sure we've kind of brought you 16-inch lengths of chain for kind of £9.95 before. You're going to get a metre long length of £9.25 sterling silver chain for £10. 3-metre reel I have here. And now I've got more people adding this into their baskets and more people dialing through as well. They're going to be sold out very, very soon. Righty-ho. I've got the right lavender amethyst strand now. Okie cokies. Have a look. Found the right one for you. Lavender amethyst. The great thing about lavender amethyst, those lighter tones, it allows more light into the gemstone. And with our amethyst, our lavender amethyst, you get this spectacular, spectacular inner glow. And you've got it throughout every single gemstone there. The clarity in some of these is just phenomenal. Wowzers. £7.95. Incredible price. You know what I'd do with these? Simple stretchy bracelets. I'd use, in fact, I tell you what, I would use my 0.6mm wire from my kit, my deal of the day, sorry. 0.6mm gauge. I'd make myself some jump rings and I'd have rose gold jump rings in between there as well, just to add that luster, add more colour, add that texture to designs. And also, if you've got jump rings in between your stretches, that means you can add to that if you want to. You know, you could pop charms on there if you wanted to. No problem at all. 0800 644 655 FB PO 94. Well done. It's time for a start buy. Wow. Labradorite rounds. How often do we see plain rounds of labradorite? It's not very often, is it? Not often at all. Again, simple stretchies. These would be fantastic for the gorgeous electric blues. Oh, wow. These are gorgeous. They're like little planets. 280 carats of your A-grade labradorite rounds, 10mm in size. Labradorite is one of those that is always fantastic as earrings, you know, whatever shape, whatever size of the gemstone. Because with this gemstone, it is all about the angle in which the light hits the gemstone to enable you to see that labradorescence, that gorgeous phenomena that makes this gemstone such a popular choice amongst collectors. Completely natural. It is literally like the moon on the ocean at night time. If you've ever been for a walk on the beach at night time, that is what it looks like. That's what it reminds me of. Incredibly romantic gemstone. 280 carats. Massive, massive carat weight. A gemstone that was voted your favourite for 3 years running, actually, here at Jewellery Maker. It's only just pipped to the post last year by Tanzanite. I think it's always going to be a strong contender, isn't it? It's one of those gemstones that you just can never, ever get bored of. You know, you can never tire of this gemstone. I love to see people's faces, you know, when they see labradorite for the first time, because it is so mesmerising. It's so mystical. It's so eye-catching. Yeah, it's like how? You know, what's been done to that gemstone to make it do that? Well, nothing. That is just exactly what Mother Nature intended. DHOX06, lowest ever price tag, about to come your way, and still loads of you checking out that higher price tag. Wow, that's some price drop. I don't think I've ever seen graded tanzanite go that low before. £8. What did I say? I didn't say tanzanite. I beg your pardon. Graded labradorite go that low before. 0800 644 611. Phil in my ear. Hannah, it's labradorite. It's labradorite. Too many many gemstones. £8.95. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Approximately 37 gemstones on that strand for you there. Just wait until you get this home and you see labradorite outside in natural daylight. It is mind-blowing, let me tell you. It really, really is. You've got graded labradorite there at just not just £280. Oh my gosh, what's happening to me today? 280 carats, I tell you. At just £8.95. Well done, Isabel. Bethan, you've got yours. Anne-Marie in Hertfordshire's got 2. Gillian Wiltshire's got 2. Do you know, I've been taking advantage of that lower price tag as well, because we've never been that low before, and I don't think I've ever seen a price tag so low on graded labradorite. Loads and loads of you coming through. Well done, Cynthia, you've got yours. Helena in Kent, you're there. Suzanne in Glamorgan, Jane in the West Midlands, Isabel in Surrey, Amina in Greater London, well done, Collector in Greater Manchester, Maura, Linda in Swansea, Jacqueline in Hertfordshire, Karen in Lancashire, you've got yours. Collector in Greater London. Massive, massive congratulations. What would you do with your strand, Nathalie?
Oh, I think I would actually probably knot them.
Would you?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it'd be a bit, something a bit
Nice.
different with some, probably some like black threads. And
Yeah.
space them out to get a full, go the whole way around. Oh,
Wow.
Oh God, like you can't go wrong with the old bubble necklace, can you?
Yeah. Yeah.
With some pearls, maybe you look lovely with that. Is it the lavender amethyst?
Yeah, that would look nice,
the
wouldn't
greys,
it?
pearls, and that together. I think would just marry up really well.
Wow,
So,
that look gorgeous. Really, really
Yeah,
beautiful.
something like that,
Mrs. N in Cumbria, you've just managed to get 4. Anne-Marie's got 2. Gillian Wiltshire's got 2. Well done, Mrs. N in Cumbria, because actually by buying 4, think about how much money you've saved. $14.95 was where we were at before, and now we're at just £9. You've saved £6. That's actually £24 you've saved by buying 4 today. That's incredible. You see, I love that. Saving more than you're spending. It's brilliant. DHOXZ nearly. 06. Norma in Middlesex, you've got 2. Collector in Greater Manchester. Maura in County Kildare, you've checked yours out. Sylvia in Staffordshire. Linda in Swansea. Jacqueline in Hertfordshire. Carol in Lancashire. Collector in Greater London. Only way you can do it. Got to check out. Portfolio bag. Love this one. Do you just look, instantly, I just look at this. That's what we're like these days, isn't it? Technology. I look at this and I think, tablet's going to go in there perfectly. Perfectly. And that's the thing as well. I think a lot of us these days, and especially, as designers kind of going off to craft fairs and stuff, you want to take your tablet with you, don't you? You want to connect to that Wi-Fi and you want to get, your emails and stuff on there at the same time as well. That's going to go in there, no problem at all as well. So, do you know what these are like? Like the Russian dolls? It's never ending. Never ending. I don't know where to start. Right, you've got, look at that for branding. Look at that. I love that. Your pinks, your yellows, your oranges, you're going to get noticed straight away anyway. You've got a pocket at the front there, which my tablet would go in there easily. You can fit loads in there because that is a really, really sizable pocket. You've got your zip pocket there, and then I'm going to go in. And you've got another huge pocket on this side. Then you've got 6 smaller pockets here, so you could get all of your smaller findings in there if you wanted to. You could get those in there, and gemstones quite easy. So there's 6 pockets there. I've got another 3 longer pockets there, so maybe some chain or something in there if you wanted to. Your longer strands you could get in there. You've got 3 this side and 3 that side as well. You've got another 6 pockets on that side there as well. Another 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets on that side as well. And then if I turn that over, there's another Velcro pouch at the back there. You could get your notepad in there, couldn't you? If you got a notepad with all your designs and your plans and stuff in there, you could put that in there as well, very, very easily. The great thing about all of our bags here at Jewellery Maker is how compact they are. It keeps all of your stuff in one place, accessible, so you can find it very, very easily. All of these zips on here, key rings, I'm thinking, pop your key rings on there. what I think with these things is you are a walking advert. When you've got this, you know, you're a walking advert for Jewellery Maker with the branded bags, and also for yourself. So if you can, display some of your work. So kind of make yourself a keyring, you know, a gemstone keyring, perhaps some wire writing on there as well, and have that on the outside of your bag, so people are going to be able to see that straight away before you've even set up your craft store, you know, as you're walking through with this on your shoulder. Sheena in South Yorkshire, who has bought this piece, says the bag is great. And so I have a huge handbag. It fits inside and is full of jewellery that I've made. When someone compliments me on the jewellery I'm wearing, abracadabra, I make a sale. There you go. That's such a good, having that with you at the time, you know, just enough your kind of essentials in there. Perhaps if you've got a commute, if you're going on the train somewhere for a couple of hours, just take that with you. You know, it's great to get a bit of wire in there, some of your tools in there, some of your gemstones, some of your findings, everything in one place then at £14.95. GOZX30 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. 30 by 23 centimetres. So perhaps if you are wondering if your tablet's going to fit into this, 30 by 23 centimetres in size, this one. Lots of reviews on FIFO, by the way. If you're coming in for any products here at Jewellery Maker, you can go on to the FIFO website and you can have a look at loads and loads of reviews. People have left us lots of feedback on there before, just in case you want to kind of check it out before you buy. That's a great one, that is. Love that. And that strap on there as well means you can extend it. You can carry that in your hand if you want to, or you've got the longer strap on there so you can have that over your shoulder. Get some of your designs on the outside if you can, you know, key rings and stuff like that, little charms. You can have the little turtles. Do you remember the little, tortoise? Tortoise. That's the one that Claire made yesterday with the little key ring. You could have him on there, couldn't you? Because I bet loads of people would say, oh, look at that little fella. Yeah, I made him. You see? Sale, like you say. Okay, I'm going to try and squeeze in 2 more pieces for you. I've got some curb chain and I've got bead stoppers coming up for you. This is your mini curb chain, 3 metres, 12 grams. I've only got 18 available. I'm going to try very, very quickly to just, they're all twisted together so that the chain doesn't unravel and get all tangled up. There we go. I've done it. Do you see my concentration face? What's your concentration? Have you got a concentration face, Nathalie?
My mouth.
Stick your tongue out.
It's not a good look.
No, I think concentration faces, they're never a good look,
no.
Are they really? I tend to stop breathing as well and hold my breath when I'm concentrating, yeah. So your mini curb chain here looks pretty, do you know, just by itself. Just by itself. Really, really lustrous. Silver is the most lustrous of all of your precious metals. So even when you've got no gemstones on there, you know, nothing at all, it looks really, really pretty. You've got so much fluidity in this chain as well because of the links, because of how much silver you've got there as well. It sits beautifully on the neckline. It's going to sit beautifully on the wrist or the ankle as an anklet. Again, you've got 3 meters. At just £24.95. Now I'm just looking at the links on this. You could get your featherweight head pins through there. I'm pretty sure of that. 1mm links you've got on that as well. Just add a jump ring. You know, your fastening on there, your bolt ring clasp, your lobster claw fastening. You can make so many necklaces. In fact, with a metre, you could get 2, 4, 6, 7 in total. If you didn't want to make any bracelets or anklets, you could get 7 necklaces in total, 16-inch necklaces easily. Collect it in London. Priscilla in Greater London, you're there as well. Tina, well done. Gail, you're there. Heather, congratulations to you. Lillian, you're back again, well done to you. Linda, you've got yours. Sandra, well done to yours. Vera, you've just joined in on the web as well. Make sure you're checking out as soon as you can for these pieces. If you leave things in your basket, you do risk missing out, and I really, really don't want you to. That is 12 grams of 925 sterling silver. You've got durability, you've got wearability, you've got something that's going to last. You've got 92.5% pure silver in your 925 sterling silver. Another 7.5% made of other alloys. typically copper or something like that, that's going to make it up to that 100%. But because you've got so much solid sterling silver in there, that is incredibly durable, really, really wearable. Well done if you've managed to get that. Couple still in baskets, couple left actually. Bead stoppers, had these the other day. They're always popular. What does she call them? Oh, beg your pardon? Fly. Oh, thigh, yes. Thigh master for your thighs, yes. Mini ones, mini ones, yes. Wouldn't it be great to have thighs that small? 12 pieces of your bead stoppers you've got here. Now, bead stoppers, little genius idea that somebody with a very big problem suddenly thought of. It's a simple idea, isn't it? Simple solution to a pain in the neck for everyone, basically. If you have perhaps cut a strand, you're not using that whole entire strand for your design, whether it be a bracelet or a necklace or whatever it is. And you know, you can spend, I don't know, 5 minutes trying to tie a knot in that thread, can't you? So that the beads don't come off. Or you could just simply use one of your bead stoppers, pop it on the strand once you've cut that, and that's it, job's done. They're not gonna, you can pop them back into your craft bag. Those gemstones are not gonna come off there. I mean, the amount of times, how many of you, you know, have been kind of mid-design and the doorbell rings, or, you know, you just need to put something down for a minute, go off and do something. When I was making my stretchy bracelets the other night, the amount of times they fell off the strand, it's so annoying, so frustrating. Especially if you're not making a design, carrying on with the design, because then you just got to thread them back onto the original threading material. And you're kind of not getting anywhere with it. So get your bead stoppers. I haven't got any yet, I know. 12 pieces you're going to get as well at just £6.95. SYGX09 is your code for these. 0800 644 655, or on the web this afternoon at JewelleryMaker.com. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, you know, with every single purchase. Tink's in Yorkshire. As I know, you like a weather update, Hannah. Oh no, it's pouring down here. Hoping for a thunderstorm. I live in flats and it's great watching. Oh yeah, you see in flats, if you've got someone above you, you know that you're all right. Yeah. Our weather update, Phil went out on the break at 4 o'clock and said, it's rubbish. Pouring down. Pouring down. Where's the summer? Abroad. Clear quartz, something for everyone, something that's going to go with anything in your stash. They're like little bubbles. Look at the light within these, they are beautiful. 8mm rounds, stretchy bracelets, wouldn't they just be perfect? And you could mix these up with your kind of labradorite that you had, mix them up with your lavender amethyst that you had earlier on, pop your jump rings in between if you wanted to as well, just again with all the wire that you got earlier on. Go to town. 0800 644 655 BPPO52 is your code for these. Check out as soon as you can, because we're taking them down to just bargain town at £4.95 for you today. Incredible, incredible value. Thinking about all of your gemstones, all of your threading materials, all of your coloured wires, is there anything that these wouldn't go with? There's not, is there? That's the versatility of having a clear gemstone in your stash. Use your multicoloured elastics, use your different coloured wires, carry that colour through the design. You can make it really, really fun. But check out the lustre that you've got there. Gorgeous lustre, beautiful inner glow, lots of bling, loads and loads of bling. BPPO52, Karen in Anglesey, Anne-Marie in Hertfordshire, Collector in Florida, Wendy, well done to you. Sandra, you're back in, congratulations. 0800 644 655, 30-day money back guarantee, free telephone number on the bottom of your screen, and prices like this. Did I mention the 1p&p? Did I mention the free phone number? Win-win. There is no reason not to come in today. No excuse not to come in today, and every reason to come in today. Nathalie, thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
It's been fabulous having you. And all your hematite.
Yes.
Massive hematite bundle earlier on. Over 2,000 carats in a kit. £14.95. sold out. Of course it did. Of course it did. £14.95. And producer Phil worked out that the 2,150 carats or there or thereabouts, if you bought actual carats, it would cost you £140 versus our £14.95 for genuine hematite. Genuine. Nathalie, when are you back?
The 17th of July.
Oh,
I think it's a
couple of weeks.
Sunday. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's a Sunday.
Do you know what show you're on morning?
Mid-show.
Mid-show
Yeah.
on the 17th.
Yes.
Ah, I think that might be with myself.
Ooh.
Loads of cabochons coming up for you on the late show tonight. They're good. I love a cabochon. Love them. Brand new pearls coming up for you as well. If you missed out on any of them over the bridal weekend, make sure that you stay tuned tonight. Who is our guest designer tonight? Oh, it's our Karen Gray. She's great, she is. She's here tonight with Jenny Cleary, taking you through until night. Pearl-coloured wire. Pearl-coloured wire. I've never seen that before. It's going to be exciting, isn't it? Make sure if you've got anything in your baskets at all, you get checking out. I will be back with you on Friday afternoon, and I'll be joined by Fleur. So make sure you're coming back there. Whatever you're doing for the rest of your night, have a great night, safe night, and I'll see you on Friday, 1 o'clock. Take care.
There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from Jewellery Maker.